Fist, Ardy and Fist. You can be sure that we're both on a list. Ardy and Fist, Ardy and Fist. You can be sure that we make the moose pissed. Uncovering mysteries as to why the whites are living in misery. We keep the audience awaiting as we continue navigating through centuries of adventures of the ever-evolving small and wizardry. Fist. Let us show you what you might have missed.
And it looks like we are live. Hello, Fist. How are you doing today?
I am very well, Ardy, but welcome to another episode of Ardy and Fist. Ardy, have you got your government-mandated vaccine yet? I am on my 300th booster.
Of course I have, Fist. We all know that war is peace and humans are robots.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody.
Hello
Another
there.
episode of Ardy and Fist. How's everybody doing? Welcome, chat. Mate, I'm getting the COVID flashbacks, mate.
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking my cortisol be spiking. I'm spiking so much cortisol I could start like selling that on the black market. I wonder if there's like a market for black market cortisol. Right? You know, like we could go around with all like the low T gentlemen and just be like, listen, you're clearly not getting enough cortisol in your diet. You know, we're growing our own organically produced cortisol. Yeah, fuck every single fucking time COVID comes back up, man. I'm raging up in this bitch inside my mind palace.
I was seeing a lot of like COVID and Fauci stuff. I'm like, Fist, have you seen this? And he's like, I'm already on it. I'm all over it, and I'm already on it.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of the crazy things about it is we never got closure. Like never, right? Like nobody went to jail. There was no apologies. There was no, oh yeah, we're never going to do that again. They were just like, oh, we don't talk about that anymore.
It's not even that we're not going to do it again. It's that, hey, everybody did some things during COVID, okay?
Yes.
Let's not point any fingers. 2 years later, it's their favorite move. But what is going to be, what's going on with Fauci, and when is it happening? Is it tomorrow? What's going on with him?
Well, you may remember Senator Rand Paul, one of the largest promoters of disinformation during the pandemic. He seemed to develop some kind of a personal animus to me, Dr. Fauci, the man of science. And I have been dragged in front of a congressional hearing to answer again under oath. And somehow Rand Paul has gotten hold of my very sensitive diaries in which I
How
write.
the fuck did that happen?
So it was RFK, right? So you may be aware of this. Before RFK became the failed representative of Maha.
Yeah.
And, you know, sort of like, you know, he went into government. He's all piss and vinegar. He's like, you know, we're going to make America healthy again. And then the dudes in the gray suits are like, No, we're not doing that. Have you got any idea how much money we're making? He wrote a book called The Real Anthony Fauci, and it is,
Oh no.
mate, it is so well researched. Like, it is literally the Fauci autism Bible, basically. Okay, right? That thing is researched out the ass. And RFK apparently managed to find this diary. It was apparently scattered over 11 different government servers.
Very quickly, people say I A-log William, okay? This is an A-log, finding the guy's diary, okay? I can only hope to aspire to RFK levels of spiteful research, okay?
Yes, but unlike William, Fauci did a lot more than make a terrible live stream. Like, no, like, I mean, it's
Wait until you hear Fauci's use of a soundboard, okay? Might change your mind then.
Mate, I haven't been able to roll out my Fauci impersonation for a while. You know, when
It
COVID
sounds
was on.
just like your moo impression. Small alterations to it.
Small alteration. Yeah, it's more sort of New York Jesuit. You know, I guess there's like very little distance between. Yeah, that guy made me fucking rage so hard during the.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Everyone's gonna be able to tell when you're talking about him.
This is how I cut my teeth, mate. This is how I first became a podcaster. I was locked at home during the fucking lockdown. Everything like went to shit. Got like banned off a bunch of stuff.
And you're like, someone's got to say it. I'm not hearing it. Okay, someone's got to fucking say it.
It was how I kept sane. I mean,
absolutely.
My show originally was just on Odyssey. It was just, you know, to keep myself sane for something to do. So little did Fauci know that he was in fact fostering his strongest opposition in terms of, like, you know, me shit posting on London. Yes, that was me. All of it. You know, you guys can thank me later. Without my podcast that no one listens to, you know, RFK wouldn't have discovered. No, I mean, like, look, it was just really weird, right? Like, Telegram was like absolutely great. All of the people who were literally world award winning scientists before the pandemic, and the CDC suddenly turned around and was like, "Oh yeah, you're not a scientist anymore."
Yeah.
Okay. And all of them, and, you know, people who have an interest in science, such as myself, were just like, "Excuse me."
Well, I mean, this won't be in the history books, right? That's the crazy part.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I had an archive of like all this like crazy COVID video stuff, but I lost a bunch of it when a hard drive crashed, which sucks. But to me, it wasn't just the vaccines; it was the psychological warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like if you know, in some ways, it's one thing to learn in an academic sense about psychological warfare. It's another thing entirely to live through such an intense experience. We see it all around you, right? And like all the normies are like wandering around like fucking zombies, being like, "Oh, why aren't you wearing your mask?" You know, shut the fuck up. Did I tell you about the one time I got into like a fight with someone about like not wearing a mask?
This could be the entire stream, but go ahead. I got stories too.
Yeah, right. No, but it was funny. It was outside like a coffee shop, and the only thing I can remember about the guy was his shoes, because he had the mask on, so I couldn't see his face. So in my memory, for some reason, I've just focused on his like crappy shoes. It was a weird time. Yeah. Look,
I was at a grocery store, and this Indian woman was telling me to wear a mask, and I just ignored her. I wanted someone to put their hands on me in a grocery store. I'm like, how much are you getting paid an hour? Do you really care? And like, what protocol do you really have? So you want to know what she did? I did self-checkout. As I was leaving, she just goes, "Shame! Shame!" and I just started going, "Ah!" So I walked to my car.
Oh man, London was just weird. I mean, the English have always been very responsive to authority.
Oh yeah,
but this shit was on a whole other level.
I love the idea this Indian woman came from India, and bitch, now you're afraid of germs. Shut the fuck up, okay? Out of all the ways to assimilate, now you're scared of germs.
Sir, where is your mask, sir? Why are you not wearing the? You must redeem the mask, sir.
All she could do was yell shame at me. And I'm like, oh, wow, you really can break through this. What are they going to do? What are you going But there was, and you're right about this, the psychological stuff, in the United States, there's a lot that they couldn't do, but they really made you feel like you had to do it. Yeah. They really would pressure you, made you feel like you had to do it you didn't.
In England, no one knew how far it was going to go.
Right.
All right. Like it's not like in America where there's no way they could just start going to door to door. Okay, because like all the guns.
Oh,
in London, there was. It looked like for a moment they were like about to start rolling it out and just be like, right, that's it. We're going to set up military checkpoints and everything everywhere. But I guess that's one of the things about London being such a huge city. You can't really do checkpoints because like the whole city would grind to a halt because it's just so small and cramped. If you started setting up like COVID checkpoints, but they were doing them in Australia, they were doing them in Canada. They really wanted to start doing that. I mean,
wasn't there like an extreme China level quarantine in Australia for like 2 weeks or a month or something like that, and then they tried to act like they didn't just do it when they stopped doing it?
Oh no, it was longer than that. Australia had one of the longest lockdowns ever, and it's all the same stuff all across the West, right? They like purged all the institutions, they like pushed all of these like people out, they ramped up mass immigration, they did the whole BLM thing, like all at the same time. COVID is when it all went wrong, right? When the technocrats were just like, oh, I know what we need. We need lockdowns and checkpoints and infinity Bomalians.
I know, but it was like the communist synthesis of racism being a virus that spreads. It was like the mooiest thing they've ever done all at once. Yep. They turned racism into something biological. I'm not kidding. Racism was a national health emergency in my fucking surrounding cities.
They actually built camps in Australia. You know that, right?
What do you mean camps?
Camps. Like, did I start a ninja? you know what a freaking camp is, right?
You're exaggerating.
No, I am not exaggerating. Chat will back me up on this. They absolutely did. People were like leaking shit from inside the quarantine camps and stuff. It was crazy. I've got it all on my early show, which you can check out on Odyssey, by the way, right? Like all the early episodes are there if you want to go back and watch me being like a crappy, considerably less practiced.
Now, Fist, I can't help but notice you said a specific word just then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this says, why did Americans stereotype us as pronouncing no as nar? We don't sound like that. I have never heard an Aussie say nar. Now, let me try and put this in a language that you can understand. A goth Australian woman, okay? Let's see if we can do some therapy right now for you.
How to teach an Australian to say no. Let's begin. Repeat after me. No.
No.
That is not correct. No, spelled N-O.
No.
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 That is actually spelled N-A-U-W-R-E-I-G-H. Say no.
No.
No. No.
No.
Wow. Everyone else in the world can say no and pronounce it correctly, but Australians are hopeless. Thank you so much for watching.
Australian goth girls, man.
So, can you say no in an Australian accent? Because you might just cheat and say it with an American accent. You might just.
but the thing is, right? Like in proper Australian, I guess you'd be like, nah. But yeah, there's like, oh, you've got this one. This is in my stack as well.
No. I just put this up on screen. This is your screen showing right now.
Right,
I was being sneaky.
So
I've been putting Fist through the ringer of some would say heretical acts of purported Christianity, and he looks like he's trying to fire back on me over here. What do you got for me, Fist?
Well, I mean, as I'm sure you can imagine, black spirituality being what it is, it's very, very important that you go into your local bookstore and have an epileptic fit and buy my book. And then by doing so, you too will find Jesus. Please pay at the front.
That's some spicy chicken.
I'm running for that chicken. I'm going to catch that chicken.
That is a spicy hot wing. Finally. They had a tolerance.
You got the extra spicy hot wing.
Freedom now. Total freedom now. In Jesus' name. Thank you, Father. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Pause it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Can you believe these people were so easy to enslave? It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I can't believe it happened.
Praise God. Thank you, God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
That's not Jesus. That's a woman.
Well, so
Right.
now what I was showing, I had showed this lady previously, but now this is starting to, apparently there's allegations, I believe, of a cult. And this is making waves outside
Really?
of just Christian conscious areas of the internet. Colin Rugg, I saw a couple of larger creators posting this, so there might be eyes on this lady.
I'm shocked. This a cult?
My name is Tina Blackman, and
Blackman, shut up. I say that. You don't say that about you. All right?
That's our word.
My name's Tina Blackman, and I'm dressed like a watermelon. Like, where is she going to take this right now?
Oh, God.
I came to see Apostle Catherine today, and the power of God just touched me so strongly. I've been reading her books, trusting God for healing for my daughter.
Reading her
who's
books
dealing
on
with
God.
serious cancer.
Yeah, see, that's your first mistake.
Reading
right there.
her books on God.
Yeah, of course.
I would imagine you would read someone else's book on God to learn how they think of God. You wouldn't necessarily be taking God tips, right?
I mean, I wouldn't read stuff by a woman. You don't. It's baked in. You don't listen to women when it comes to religion, right? Like they're not reliable in this regard. Okay, I'm just saying.
They do have periods. Fair.
Diagnosis, and Apostle prayed to remove infirmity and witchcraft out of my bloodline, and the power of God just was so strong. I just recommend anybody to just go online on YouTube and look up Catherine Frick. And this is her book that just came out.
This is
And
book
she's
sales.
a powerful woman of God. I'm a witness.
Incredible.
The power of God just went all through me. Using her for his kingdom, and she is real. Wherever she is, get here.
Pause it.
I went
It
to
really
Charlotte
is-
to see her. I've been to.
It really is
Sorry.
incredible how technology has progressed to make her hair not an SOS pad. That's not her real hair. The technology, you know how long it takes to get that hair to be like that? Incredible.
Look, I do not understand the mysteries of black hair. Right? There are some things that
I do,
whites are
unfortunately.
not meant to understand, and that is one of them, in my opinion.
I know the different hair types, unfortunately. I've gotten
I
close
see.
to the enemy fellas, okay? I would say
You're very,
say
very
that
close.
right there
I
is
heard.
maybe like a type 3C hair. The worst is 4C hair. I know that.
Okay.
I was more in Miami, and here I am in South Carolina, because wherever she is, God is using her, and the anointing is with her. So just get here, and you will be blessed, because God is using her.
It's so mooey because they're not idolizing her. To them, in their mind, they're not idolizing her, they're idolizing God, so they're not bearing false witness. She's just helping. It's so mooey.
It's a woman. Just look, I don't know how many times I need to stress this. Okay. No women priests, right? No women bishops, you don't listen to women.
What if I start my sentence with, yeah, but what if?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, so this is another bit of like heresy. I don't know if this is like a church or not. Nothing would surprise me in current day. Check it out.
Blessed is the immigrant, for theirs is the land of the free. Blessed are the marginalized, for they will be lifted up. Blessed is the alien, for their difference will be celebrated. Blessed is the sex worker, for grace and beauty belong to her.
Blessed. I don't think you would say blessed is the sex worker. You would use more hopeful that they come to a Christ lifestyle language. I would imagine you wouldn't say they are blessed. I would hope.
Her. Blessed are the empathetic, for their sin has made you whole. Blessed are the curious, for their questions have thrown open the gates of heaven. Blessed are you who march in the streets and write to your leaders,
March in the
breaking up
streets
muck and causing public disturbance. For by your stripes we are healed. Blessed are the lesbians, for they have tasted the divine. Blessed are the gays, for their joy in one another is contagious.
Yeah, it's not the only thing in them that's contagious.
Blessed is the 41% statistic for trans people. I blessed it.
In one another is contagious. I'll just say that's a poor choice of words, bro.
Blessed are the bisexuals, for their confidence has expanded our pride. Blessed are those who are trans for the sake of self-compassion, for you have made water into wine. Blessed are you who are queer when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely from their own pain and disgust. Take heart, for the kingdom comes first to those who accept themselves in all their oddity.
No, it doesn't.
See? Another point for the pagans, Fist. How do you come back from this? Look at what your Christianity leads to. See?
Yeah,
that's their argument. I mean, that's not a very fair argument.
Don't talk to me about the fucking pagans. I'm gonna get into that in another episode. I've been doing some research, right? It turns out
one comment. Somebody leaves one comment and he starts clicking and clacking on his keyboard. He goes, oh, "Okay, let's do some fucking research on this."
Well, I want to be fair in my criticism, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So super chats and then move on.
No. Let me hop in. I got some stuff to stretch out over here, fellas. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god. No, you pay for the check. No, I'll pay for the check. No, I'll pay for the check. Okay. Fellas, it's here. DebateCon. We have Andrew Wilson versus Dinesh D'Souza. Let me give you a little bit of this because
Boo, Dinesh D'Souza! Bugger off! Boo!
Well, because Andrew Wilson always gets shit for like, oh, he doesn't go. He works for Israel. He's pro-Israel because he isn't like Mooseberg, but he's an Orthodox Christian. It's just, he's just not obsessed with it. He is very focused on the political left. That's what he is focused on. Different content creators. Jay Dyer is more focused on theology, right? Sometimes the audience wants a single creator to a single content creator to be able to cover all of these things as much as they want. But I'm going to be covering this in the next couple of days, fellas.
Agree that the Iranian regime and the forces of Islam in the region are evil.
Sure.
Okay.
I believe that their ideology
is evil.
Here, when you say evil, for me, evil, the doing of evil, would be moving away from participating in the energies of God and Jesus Christ. That's how I would differentiate what evil is from.
So this is about Israel and their involvement. And of course, Dinesh D'Souza is trying to be like, well, they're not that evil, right? But we should align with them. And then Andrew Wilson's like, no. Let us define evil and try to see if that applies to Israel.
Good would be participating in those energies. So when you say the ideology of Islam, you don't believe Arabs are evil, right?
No.
You believe Islam, the ideology is evil, right?
Right.
Okay, Jews, from my perspective, that ideology is also evil.
Well, I mean, you believe that to take a 5-year-old kid and forcibly transition that kid is evil?
Of course.
Okay. Now, is that the same as the kind of evil that you were describing when you were talking about Christian heresy?
Wait, pause there.
I mean, in other words,
yes.
I thought D'Souza was about to pivot into talking about circumcision. I guess not, right? We don't talk about circumcision. It's perfectly normal, right? It's the kind of child mutilation we can all get behind.
I can't wait to splice some of Dinesh D'Souza's history, like taking out Pat Buchanan and when I make a video on this. Sam Francis, I have to look that up as well.
Judaism is a heresy, and that's one type of evil.
Okay,
I'm saying there's another type of evil.
I just want to make sure
murder is evil.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I got it right. So when you're making the differentiation, you're saying this is evil, and this is evil, and this is a lesser evil than this one.
I'm saying that this is a force for good in combating this evil.
Yeah, but you're still saying both are evil.
Well,
if you're saying both are evils, You want us to support the lesser evil.
Well, I certainly do believe that. There are many cases of supporting the
But
lesser
then
evil.
aren't you admitting Jewish ideology is evil?
Well, I'm admitting that Jewish theology is a heresy, or at least
And that is evil.
It's evil in its rejection of Christianity. I agree
Great.
with that. Theologically,
Great.
of course.
Perfect.
So you're just saying support evil to stop evil.
No.
Support evil and to stop evil. Perfect.
So the man who insisted that Israel is a secular state makes a convenient switcheroo and is now making Israel a theological state which is out of sync with Christianity. Go one way or the other. You're trapped on your own.
Actually, perfect. I love this trap.
Okay.
Is secular ethics evil?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun. And fellas, let me give you a little
Oh,
slice of what's
Dude,
behind
such-
the paywall. This is not
Such
public
massive,
yet, okay?
Such massive is that loss.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
from-
make two women debating entertaining, fellas. Okay? I have to. I have to tell this story because I've just known women like not so erudite. So let me give you a little slice of this.
Interrupting. So if you
Let's
want
do a
chance-
game. We both talk for 2 minutes at a time. We'll
So she asks, so this is 40 minutes in. She asks for a rule that they're both going to be talking for 2 minutes at a time, okay? She's tired of being interrupted, so now she appeals to the moderator to go, hey, let's do 2-minute intervals, okay?
have timers. How about that?
So condescending.
I appreciate that, but
Keyboard
I'm
warriors.
okay with keeping it organic as long as there's not too much interrupting.
Mrs. Turner, is it my turn to
Well,
speak? Can I talk, teacher, please?
It's because you're the only person actually being sane right now. If she talks for 7 minutes straight with multiple points,
Just do 2 minutes. It's fine. I have
Well, sure,
1 minute.
She was talking for like 2 or 3 minutes at a time to get a point out.
let's go point by
All
point.
right, you guys agree on that? That's progress. All right. You guys
Also,
are both
you're
okay
welcome-
with 2
you're
minutes.
welcome to interrupt
I'm
me, like,
setting
when
the
you need to.
time.
Look at that. Also, you're welcome to interrupt me. So she makes this rule. Dude, this is like legitimately a drugged out mental illness.
Give me 1 second. And Rachel, you want to go first?
Excellent.
Sure.
So now we're going to
So
go
the position,
a few minutes forward, okay?
babies. Do you think
2 minutes
that's
forward.
not going to be a problem?
I think that I think that we absolutely
Kick
need
it
to
over to
incentivize.
Kyla. Just to be clear, I'm going to give you full 2 minutes. If you want to use all of it, you can. Otherwise, you can kick it back to her when you want
Here's
to.
what I'll say. Let's just talk. If I start listing off like a bunch of points, just interrupt me. It's pretty
And
simple.
we're right back to interrupting each other and abandoning the 2-minute
Dude,
rule,
I
dude.
don't-
Oh, I love it.
Listening to these foids.
I
I mean,
love
like,
it.
like I like Rachel, but the weirdo with the black hair is just
Yeah.
like, it's aging me prematurely. I'd honestly rather listen to freaking Fauci talk. At least that's good on its cortisol, right? The cortisol I get from this is like low grade cortisol you bought from India, and they've like cut it with some stuff. And instead of like giving you righteous anger, it just makes you be like, just shut up.
I know.
Okay.
All right, so let me just give you one last thing, okay? Now,
Oh,
fellas, there's
God,
a bomb.
all right,
There's a
fine.
bomb that I have to drop, okay? Turns
Fine.
out Nick Fuentes is 27% mooish, okay? Now, this is being uncovered by Jake Shields, okay? And he's got the proof right here that Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields, is 27% sephiroidic moo. Jake, just fucking proofread what you're saying.
Yeah,
Now-
you want to watch out for them spheroids, mate.
Sephiroidic. And so now all of the comments have nothing to do with Nick Fuentes. And he says rough day for Nick Fuentes. Everyone's just trashing Jake Shields. They're like, do you fucking read anything that you put out there? I just think that's funny. Okay, we're slopped up. We're ready to go. Now we can do some soupies.
Okay, right. Soupy time. Okay, where do we
Sabotage
start?
soupy. So now, yes, good.
Right. Jack Me Nimble for $5. I'm here early. Can you guys pre-start the stream? Thanks, an hour and a half in advance. Oh, thanks, Jack.
We
You
have
got here early. That's
We've
not
graduated from restarting to pre-starting. I like
pre-starting.
that.
Yeah, it's like pre-bunking. I got this 1,000 joules. I think we got a.
It's a yellow one, right? Is that how that works?
Yellow one,
Yeah. We're going by colors over here.
Yeah, going by color. I can see colors.
Yay!
Folks, stroke them for $20.
You
Let
know
him
he's
go.
stroking, and you know he's poking.
If you're going to be an evil maniac like Fauci, for God's sake, don't write your crimes down. Lol. Apparently,
Dude.
it's like a psychological feature of a lot of these people that they keep like really voluminous diaries. I was like reading like a big Twitter thread about it. So I don't know. Maybe they'll forget which crimes that they did. You know, they want to go back and
I know, but it almost
ask themselves.
feels like how now Tyler Robinson's writing down messages on bullets and all. He just so happened to write all these things down in his diary. Yes. It really, I don't know what's real anymore. It just seems like he physically wrote it down, dude. It's incredible.
If Fauci had to write his entire diary down on bullets, like, you know, he'd need the entire ammo supply of America for that.
It's pretty hard to write hero down 70 times on 70 bullets, right?
Dissident Knight for $5 Australian. Excuse me, Dr. McFouchfist, the science. Thanks, mate. King Spectre for $10.
Oh, and he's locked in and voided to go.
Got a new sticker. Just when I think my employment issues are getting better, Jeets managed to set everything back to square one. Christ, give me patience. If you instead grant me strength, I will end up on the news. Spectre.
I really like that.
The strength to endure, mate, right? The other kind of like strength.
Yeah, right. That's his interpretation. He's like, I'm doing push-ups right now to help God's strength for what I have to do.
Yeah. Just, you know,
God, give me the muscles.
Every time a Jeep pisses you off, do 10 push-ups. You'll be swollen like no time, mate. Hello, 525 for $10. 10 euros, thank you. Ireland was crazy too. A 5-kilometer travel limit from your residence. If police found you outside that, you got fined. Missed on a family holiday since I refused the vax to go through the airport. Upset them a lot. Based.
Fellas, it's going to be some trauma bonding today, okay? We don't talk about this, I can't even say nationally, globally, enough. But what the fuck we had to go through during COVID. So we're going to open up some wounds and have some laughter about the crazy shit that we had to endure.
Yeah, no, I don't know anyone who regrets not taking it. You know,
right?
all the complaints of stuff like this, you know, right?
I'm a pure blood.
The family around them. Shadow Blackout Painting, member for 10 months. Thank you very much, mate. Good to see you, TBP. Female priests and preachers are heresy. Only the emperor protects. We somehow need to bring that 40K aesthetic into like Orthodox Christianity. The Russians are doing it. We could totally like do it, yeah, and it'd be like awesome. It'd be so awesome. Thanks, mate. Jack B. Nimble for $5. Blessed are the lesbians, for theirs is the domestic abuse.
Oh, the left hates that one. Oh, I love laying that one down.
Yizzy Yannick, how you doing, Yiz? For $5.
Getting Yizzy with it.
Blessed is my flamer, which purges the unclean. Blessed is my bolter, which carries his mercy. Blessed is my emperor, who protects us all.
That's gotta be 40K, right?
Yeah, it's 40K. Yeah.
See, I'm cool.
Jam for $10.
Oh, yeah,
bravo. First having the racism czar of Britain as a stream guest, and now he's a co-host. Man, you're moving up in the world, Ardy.
I don't know how I find these people. Okay, they come to me.
Mate, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to get the job of racism czar. It was very, very stiff competition. But I managed to do it. So, okay, right.
Hold on. Apparently, that was from Star Trek, and I completely fucked it up. I thought it was okay. Let me just do a quick Joel Webbon. I have to venerate Joel Webbon. He's a Protestant. He is the. You know how I'm, in a way. I know you don't want me to be an atheist, but the atheist that you would hope exists, right? Mm-hmm. I would imagine that Joel Webbon is the Protestant that you hope exists. Okay, he calls out the moos all the time. His messaging is very consistent. He makes a concerted effort to not bring politics into his liturgy. Okay, as a Protestant, you could do that very easily, right? Mm-hmm. So I like to showcase Joel Webbon, always out there fighting the good fight.
You're not allowed to use their inventions. You want to go through it? The pill. Jewish doctor invented the pill. You know the MRI machine? Invented by a Jew. How about Hollywood? Invented by 4 Polish Jewish refugees. Half the white volunteers during the civil rights movement were Jews. The lawyers that drew up all that legislation, Jews. Fake tits. That procedure was invented by a Jewish doctor. The songs that us Christians love to listen to on Christmas, like Silver Bells, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The top 20 songs all us Christians play during Christmas were written by, say it with me, Jews. We can just keep on going.
Yeah, so all your favorite Christmas songs that intentionally by design don't mention the Lord Jesus Christ, that took a Christian holiday into simply a secular pagan celebration. Jews, you're right. The birth control pill. right? The sexual revolution, its kickoff in the 1960s, the greatest contributing factor to the erasure and eventual genocide of the white race, Jews. Yep, I believe it. Civil Rights Act, right? Destroyed the nation and all the legislation that was produced by it, Jews. Yep, that sounds right. Hollywood, denigrating your own children. Jews, I believe it. Fake tits, absolute perversion and degeneracy. Jews, yep, you're right. So say it with me. Not every single Stein, but you betcha every single time.
The fucking guy's hit rate. The fucking guy's hit rate. Hey, do you fellas? Do we think we're ready for Moo Watch now? Do you think we're ready after that? I greased the wheels enough.
But Ardy, I don't like being watched. I like to hide in an office building and just collect my money.
Shut up, Fauci.
So we got. Oh, this
Sorry
is
about
like crazy. So this guy Austin Franco, is still being hounded for the crime of not wanting.
And who
to
was
work
Austin
for a Moo.
Franco? He admitted that he didn't want to work for a Moo.
All he said was he didn't want to work for a Moo. That's it. He didn't say like anything, and he's being pursued, and now he's on Piers Morgan. And Piers
Hey, look at how
Morgan
little
is
he looks. He looks 14. There's a stretched out collar on his shirt. That's great.
Piers is just losing his rag, right? Like this is another sort of Fuentes moment, right? Where Morgan tries to like pull out his classical liberal goy beam and impress this kid with its power.
Works
And
in
the
his
kid's just
country.
like-
Doesn't work on the internet.
yeah, exactly.
To either express regret or say they're sorry or do something to atone for what they've done. You've doubled and trebled and quadrupled down.
Atone.
You've extended your dislike of the Jewish people you were dealing with in your university campus, and you've embraced the entire Jewish population as they want nothing to do with you people. That is racism. That is anti-Semitism. It is.
Oh no! Oh, the magic words.
Well, I also, but so they are a race. They're the very flexible title that the Moos have for themselves.
Yeah. When they're a race when they want to be, they're a religion when they want to be. They're like women. They're both stunning and brave.
Yeah,
and
they're always on the rag.
Depending on the circumstance.
An appalling thing to hear a young man say. If you were one of my sons, I'd be utterly ashamed of this. And yet here you are
pause
laughing.
it.
You think it's all...
Piers, if you were my dad and I was 5 years old and you told me to clean my room, I'd slap you in your fucking face and make you clean the room, and you'd do it because you're Piers Morgan. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, his kids are like old now. Like this is the problem, right? Like this is the boomer divide.
I think his kids respect him.
I doubt it. I mean, his wife doesn't. I mean, shit.
Quite funny. I can tell you it's not funny to Jewish people.
I believe in freedom of association. That's fundamentally what it comes down to. You have jocks and nerds in high schools, and the jocks make fun of the nerds all the time because they can't get laid or they can't get a girlfriend, right? Yeah, it's not a nice thing to say once again, but it's not the end of the world. And just because the jocks don't want to associate with the nerds does not make them bad.
The best penetration to Pierce's armor, okay? It's kind of like what Jake Shields does. You have to fucking use your retardation as a weapon and just go, dude, it's like jocks making fun of nerds and the Jews and the nerds. How do you interact with that?
I think they don't even have to. Like, it's not. The reason this doesn't hit is there's no common communication, really. Like everyone's like just sick of it, It's gone too far.
People, it doesn't make them.
Yeah, but you're not singling them out for their. You're not singling them out for their
nerds.
Hang on.
Right.
You're not singling them out for their ethnicity, and you don't seem to understand that or care. But what you have done is genuinely shocking, and it's shocking to hear you double down now. So I don't understand why you don't understand, and what you said is so egregious.
Let me ask you this: if you don't want to work for someone for whatever reason it may be, maybe you don't like their shirt, right? Why does it matter? Why does it matter if I don't want to work for a Jew or I don't? I could not want to work for a white person.
You made it matter.
No. If I didn't work for a white person,
I don't want to work. You said I don't. You didn't say that, and you are a white person. Didn't say that. So it's a completely different thing.
But let's take a hypothetical.
If you said,
oh, it's totally different when it's whites. Yeah. Gee.
I don't want to work. If you'd said, well, let me ask you a hypothetical. And I don't find this quite as funny as you do, but we'll persevere with this for a while anyway.
Pause it.
You said, I don't.
Piers Morgan is never going to learn the lesson of, I don't find it very funny, isn't rhetorically effective at all on the internet. I don't find it very funny, Pierce. Yeah, nobody cares what... Okay, well, I do. It's the same with Andrew Wilson. I don't find it funny. Well, I do find it funny. And who do you think wins that battle?
He's like a woman. He's literally like one of those like harping women. It's so fucking annoying.
Want to work for black people? What would you have thought about that sentence?
I treat it the same as if I didn't want to work for a white person or an Asian person or a Latino. Doesn't really
You
matter
are
to me.
white, so it's different. You
Why is it
are a
different?
white person. If you
Can I
had
not
said,
be-
would you have said I don't want to work for a black person?
If I felt that way, yeah.
You wouldn't think that's racist and offensive.
No, because I believe in freedom of association. Things may be unkind to say, but ultimately, it
Oh no,
has
you
to-
can mix with whoever you like. You can mix with whoever you like, but when you
not
commit
mixing.
your thoughts to writing and you send them to third parties,
See, so you can believe whatever you like, but as soon as you put it down on paper, you know, that's a problem.
and you're being brazenly racist, and in your case, anti-Semitic. What I find shocking is not that a teenager would do something stupid. It's that a teenager, having had plenty of time to now think about this, who's been national news and been debated by Americans all over the country, to come on an interview like this and just double and treble down as if none of this matters, and then actually be quite proud of your anti-Semitism. I find that very disturbing. And where have you got that from?
Oh, do you?
What's made you so anti-Semitic?
What do you want then? I mean, what is your end goal with this? I mean, if we're not allowed to choose who we want to associate
I want you
with
to
based on
admit. I
whatever
want you to
reason-
admit you're just a brazen anti-Semite.
Struggle
you
session.
Don't like Jewish people. You don't want to associate with Jewish people. Just admit it.
I want you to tell me what I'm telling you is in your heart.
Yeah.
That's poisonous.
He's such a fucking leftist, really.
How have you been
No,
so
average lib?
I mean, what's happened to your parents here, your family, your friends? And what's allowed you to develop this mindset?
There must be something wrong with this kid to not want to work for one of us.
Where you're prepared to come on camera like this in an interview watched by millions of people and just brazenly say, I don't want to be anywhere near Jewish people, and not understand the enormity of what you're saying, and have no sense of remorse, no sense of shame, no sense of guilt. You don't give a fuck, do you?
Pause it. I could use that as an isolated clip. Piers just said, I don't want to be anywhere near Mooish people. Not bad.
You need me to roll that back so you can cap it?
No, I'll just have you send it to me after.
Pierce, when you have a genocidal country that's made up of 90% Jews that insist upon killing Palestinians and reporters and dragging America into wars abroad, no, I'm not going to want to associate with those people. And you're seeing this among the youth. All right, you're seeing with the emergence of America First. And this is a common sentiment that is held. If you think this is just me, you are completely wrong. It might not be held among your children, but it is held among the youth. And I've talked with plenty of people who have come out in support of me, who are tired of these games, all right, playing, going in wars abroad for foreign countries. They're tired of it all. And they're tired of seeing their country destroyed by third worlders, all right? They can't find a job, and they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, what could you possibly say? Look at how sad Piers Morgan is from here, and I was like, fuck, he really somehow is pulling the moral authority over me right now.
Morgan literally crashes out, right? Not getting the groveling apology that he wants. He this is the end of it. It's freaking hilarious.
Listen, Pierce, when you have a genocidal country that's made up of Jews that insist upon killing Palestinians and reporters and dragging America into wars abroad, no, I'm not going to want to associate with those people. And you're seeing this among the youth. All right, you're seeing with the emergence of America First. And this is a common sentiment that is held. If you think this is just me, you are completely wrong. It might not be held among your children, but it is held among the youth. And I've talked with plenty of people who have come out in support of me, who are tired of these games. All right,
oh my God! Pause this.
Broad.
This kid's almost like media trained right now with how well and concise he's putting this forward and turning this around on him. He might have talked to someone in the background. He's only 19.
Maybe.
For foreign countries, they're tired of it all. And they're tired of seeing their country destroyed by third worlders. All right, they can't find a job, and they have nothing to lose.
Okay, so just to be clear, what's your view of the war in Iran?
I think we should have no part in it.
Okay, good. So because America's gone to war in Iran, presumably by the same argument you've just put forward, you would not want to be associated with any American for the decisions taken by this American government. You want nothing to do with any Americans. Is that your position?
No, America is made up of it's a multicultural society.
Then you know what, Austin? I knew you'd say no because you're just not only stupid, but you're a massive hypocrite. because you're blaming 15 million Jews for the decision making
Pause it.
by a prime
You
minister.
would think you would think the 19-year-old would be saying to the 60-year-old, 30-year journalist that he's just stupid, right? But it turns out Piers is saying that to the 19. Optically, how do you think this looks? I swear, dude. I swear he's trying to help us, Piers. I don't know what his goal is sometimes.
But what's interesting is, as far as I'm aware, this kid still has not been kicked out of university. So
they're trying.
The power to like destroy people's lives seems to be like ebbing massively, presumably because there's a whole bunch of other people being like, no, we're not doing that anymore. This is a shocking development.
The sunlight is disinfecting.
Nothing to do with the vast majority of Jewish people worldwide, many of whom hate it as much as I do. But when the same logic that you've espoused is applied to a war in Iran waged by this American administration, your position is not you want nothing to do with Americans, is it? Because you're a hypocrite. And you don't understand the difference because, frankly, I think you're too wound up in enjoying the ride of being the most famous anti-Semite in America. I just find it incredibly depressing that a young man given the privilege...
No. Look, Fuentes is still without doubt, right? Like the most famous anti-Semite.
I know, but this is like how Hunter Biden was trying to talk to fucking Nick Fuentes, dude. This does not work publicly. This only works privately when you have power over the other person. It's the only time this works.
...that you've had to go to a top university could be this thick, or worse, not care about what you're saying and the consequences to a huge number of people around the world who see a young, arrogant kid who wants to brazenly espouse anti-Semitism in interviews like this.
Pause it. I'm sorry, dude. I love how Piers Morgan isn't being arrogant here. That kid is being arrogant.
No. Piers Morgan is just being correct, right? I mean, like, he's got the entirety of the boomer class behind him, right? I mean, he has the power of the Goy beam. Who are you to go against the Goy beam, right? You filthy little child, right? Like, and we all got our dose of Goy beam.
The golem's going to tell on you. I'm going to get my big moo brother on you.
You like this. And you know what? I was prepared to give you a bit of a fairer hearing about the people calling for you to be cancelled and unemployable and so on. You kind of make yourself unemployable.
I'd like to explain myself, but you keep cutting me off.
I wouldn't employ. Had you said I'm sorry, had you expressed any remorse, had you done any of those things, I'd say, yeah, you know what, you've been dealt a harsh lesson in life.
Apologize. How dare you? You must apologize before everybody. Apologize.
But you've learned your lesson. Move on. You haven't learned your lesson, Austin. You've doubled down. You're proud of it.
So I mean, hold on.
I don't give a toss
Piers is admitting that he wants him to lie. Because he's not sorry. He wants him to lie and say he is sorry. Why would you ever want someone to do that?
Well, for optics, obviously.
I don't care. You've explained yourself. You're an anti-Semite and you're a hypocrite. And you know what? Future employers can watch this interview and they can decide if you have the values that they wish to have in their company. Good luck with that. Good luck with it. That's the end of this interview.
It's funny because on his Twitter profile, there are a ton of people saying like, yeah, please come and work for me.
Easily.
Like it's mate, shit has like shifted so hard. One person, however, who is not happy with the way that things are turning out.
Who
are James Lindsay. Hands
yeah.
that hurt and the hands that heal. Sometimes simultaneously. And sometimes himself. I'm not dying in Israel's wars. Is not just an operationalized demoralization weapon. It is also proof of a lack of faith, says the fucking
oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. We got to break that down a little bit. It is a weapon of demoralization if you say you're not dying in Israel's war. It's demoralizing. So, but then is it... I don't even know how to square that circle. And it's also proof of lack of faith. It's right, but in the very next sentence, faith in Israel, do you mean religiously? No, just in terms of war, faith. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah. Look, don't worry about goals or operations or whether this war will take like 20 years and how many people will die. You've just got to have faith.
Trust the plan.
Trust the plan. Faith depends on a belief in something bigger than yourself that's ultimately good, like going to war with Iran. Okay. Courage is its strongest proof.
Hey, take the shot. Trust us, right? Take the vaccine.
Courage proves faith by demonstrating you're willing to take personal risks and face personal loss because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do because you believe in something good and it's bigger than you because you're willing to take risks and face losses to make it happen.
Something good.
This is like, I'm not dying in Israel's wars means you don't believe there's anything happening in those wars that's worth being brave for. Yeah, you're right. You are. Wow, you absolutely summed that up.
That's incredible, dude.
There's no just cause or civilizational mission bigger than yourself and your gas prices that might have necessitated them.
So I'm sorry, but I looked off screen for a moment and I didn't know you were reading. I thought you were making fun of him. Like when you're reading this in your like tone of voice, it sounds like you're making fun of him, and it sounds like you're doing a good job because it sounds like something he would say. Like it just sounds like you're doing an impression of James Lindsay when you read this.
Oh, God. Well, that brainless nonsense and foreign propaganda originally meant for illiterate peasants, designed to turn them into the useful idiots of leftists and radical Islamists who want them dead or enslaved. I mean, you know, I've got to agree with you. It's not like America has any other problems of its own. What it really needs is another war in the Middle East, obviously.
That's how we do it.
This is a really weird clip. You may know Brother Nathaniel. He's a Moo who converted to Orthodoxy.
Yep.
And he knows a lot about, he's got a lot of inside baseball. So let's hear what he has to say about the Kabbalah, shall we?
I studied Kabbalah with the Chabad house rabbis when I was 21. I was taught Kabbalah, but I refused to practice it. Now, it may sound far out, but there is a witchcraft aspect of Judaism. Jews, when casting a spell, follow a set of Kabbalistic procedures. The Jew surrounds himself with the colors, the smells, and the objects of the corresponding sephirot. Tifereth, to lure somebody. Geburah, to harm somebody. Chesed, and this is very Jewish, to get money from somebody. The ritual involves a rabbi and his Talmid, his disciple. Special Jewish prayers are chanted in a makeshift temple modeled crudely from the Old Testament. The rabbi and his disciple, alternating functions, sodomize one another while chanting these Jewish prayers, believing that the semen is emitted is being charged with the spiritual force of the targeted sephirot. Upon ejaculating, the recipient of the semen focuses on the demon being prayed to and tries to absorb the serpent into his spine and up to his brain. Once the semen is charged, the recipient begins hallucinating, clearer than any drug could. The evil spirit, the serpent, appears to him as the semen is absorbed, and he can ask the serpent questions and make requests. The Jew, while his penis is still in the other person's anus, can hear the reply channeled through the other person. Now fed on the demonic life force, either of these ritualists can cast spells that act upon unprotected persons. You've seen the results of these spells, encouraging...
Pause this very quickly. So I can imagine them explaining this to someone, a Gentile perhaps, and the Gentile just goes, oh, you fuck him in the butt. And then he goes, well, not really. And then they go into this fucking 20-minute description of how it's not fucking them in the butt somehow.
Yeah,
Not quite.
I mean, this shit is like crazy. This is why I came across this clip. I'm like, holy crap! Like, you know, like just the way he explains it. It's all true. Like, this is totally true, though, right? As someone in the chat pointed out, like this shit has like leaked out into like all kinds of like other places. Pardon the expression.
Donating money to Jews, driving a Gentile gay, or lure a woman the Jew wants to possess. Kabbalah sorcerers are bisexual by necessity. They prefer wives that they don't enjoy sex with other than for procreation.
Oh, pause this.
Hasid-
This makes too much, honestly, dude, this makes too much sense with fucking queer and fucking everything and the mysticism behind being queer. I mean, this is fucking too on the nose.
Yeah, no, it's gonna leave a nasty taste.
Rabbinic practice requires the wife to cover herself with a sheet with only a slit for accessing her vagina. Every Kabbalah sorcerer is required long practice of this spellcasting ritual for the purpose of achieving a prestige of piety. And the more venerated the Rebbe is, the more the homosexual witchcraft is practiced in secret. In the synagogue, Jews separate men from women so they can be alone with the boys and men who are their occult partners. This Jewish scheme of separating men from women should not be mirrored in the Orthodox Church. The apostles set up house churches where women prayed within the assembly, and the baptized were all one in Christ Jesus. Bottom line, anyone who believes Jews are not witches and demonic sorcerers has come under the power of the Jewish spell.
And then he disappears.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Yeah, I just need to play that. That was like the fucking weirdest thing I've like fucking heard in ages, the way he explains that. Here's Ben Shapiro admitting that the whole Rosa Parks thing was a scam. I mean, like, not a scam. I mean, a scam, but not a scam.
A scam by who?
It was, well,
I'll be honest with you. And see, after standing for Hitler, I was like, how much further can you go? So tell me, how much further can you go? I miss it.
He said that Rosa Parks was like a plant, like she was planted there.
In what way? Like of the Jews, or like
no, like when like
to
the whole,
create chaos.
Yeah, like the whole situation on the bus.
Racial
Like, yeah, that was
okay. So I mean, what I assume that he's garbling the actually fairly cool story of Rosa Parks, right? Which is that the NAACP had in fact recruited her for like in advance, and they said she'd be an ideal plaintiff, and they'd actually said, go sit on the bus in this particular place, and then we'll have a lawsuit against the bus line. So that, I mean, that's true. I don't know what he actually said. It is true that was not. It wasn't like she spontaneously sat down on the bus and then they sued. But that doesn't take away from her story. In fact, I think it makes it a cooler story. I think it's cool that they actually were like, okay, we're going to plan this out. We're going to get a good basis for a lawsuit and do it. Like,
yeah, that actually, the fact that it was a scam actually makes it cooler if you think about it.
I love the idea that blacks were so downtrodden, and without the help of the Moos, they managed to start the NAACP.
Yeah.
It was started by socialists and Moos.
Now, Rod Dreher was on Jeremy Boring.
Yes.
Honestly, this was so boring to like listen to. Right?
That's what we do.
Just so like hard to listen to.
But it seems like they need the Groypers to be Antifa. They need the Groypers to be so fucking scary and terrifying. They don't commit any crimes. They're antagonistic and annoying at the very worst. Okay? But they come up in this conversation as if like it's like 50% of the fucking country.
Yeah, and because they're still doing phase one.
Okay.
Right? And it's dying like very, very quickly. Okay. They can't sort of, begin actually questioning sort of like anything in any detail. They've got to pivot back again and again and again. These people are terrible. It's the most terrible thing. Like, nah. But everyone else has moved on. So now they're going after Vance, basically.
You've written about and even spoken here about your trip to DC and speaking to young Zoomers who are working within the government, working within the administration, and you say 30 to 40% of them, and and growing. I would add and growing, seem to adhere to this nihilistic worldview of sort of despair and revenge. It's not a constructive.
Tear it all down.
Tear it all down. Who represents them politically?
Heavy sigh. I had hoped that JD Vance would be the guy
with whom you were friends.
So are you admitting that these young men do not deserve political representation, right? Like that is very clearly what you were saying, right?
And then when you see Piers Morgan, no job as well when he's talking to Austin Franco.
Yep. So these people are to you an underclass. They have, as the saying went, during COVID, no place in this society. Well, that's not very fucking inclusive of you now, is it?
It was an interview I did with him in 2016 for the American Conservative that launched his political career. It was an accident, but it went mega viral, and boom, he was suddenly a best-selling author. We stayed friends after that. I don't know that we're friends anymore. He cut me off after I went to visit late last fall, but talked to him about this very thing. Now, I'm not going to disclose our conversation, but I will just say that I pointed out to him these people, the Fuentes, the Groypers, all of them are going to destroy conservatism in the Republican Party. And I said to him, because of your background, because of your age, you're uniquely positioned to draw a red line there. Say, no, we are not going to accept that. And I asked him to do it. It's not my position to say what he said, but I will say firmly, unequivocally, I do not think J.D. Vance is an anti-Semite. I do not think he's a racist at all. But I've written a couple of things since then, calling on him to please be a leader, take a stand.
Do what I want.
Stand for your own Christian beliefs for your own wife. For
Oh, there it is.
But he hasn't chosen to do it.
There it is. Right. And this
You
one
want
as
to
well.
know what you do with your Christian beliefs? You support James Lindsay, like Jeremy Boring and Joel Berry, right? That's a
right.
real Christian.
That's right. Now I want to point out that Rob Dreyer lives in Hungary, which is one of like the whitest countries left. Which I think, very seriously colors his opinion on this matter.
You see so many young men giving themselves over to white identity politics. Now, I remember, Jeremy, I used to be a columnist at the Dallas Morning News. I remember about 20 years ago when the Democrats really began to turn at the beginning of the Obama era towards identity politics. I said, you don't want to go this way because you cannot valorize identity
Pause
politics
it real
for
quick.
non-whites.
They love, this is the language they always use. Hey, be careful. You don't want to do that. Trust me. They love that looming feeling of something's, if you do that, trust, hey man, you're going down the wrong path. I'm warning you right now. It's very like paternal how they try and talk to people.
It's phase one. They don't ever want to say why. Okay, they don't ever want to sort of say, oh, well, what if it's different? No, everything again it's always World War II, forever and ever, until the end of time.
Without ultimately doing the same for whites. And I remember thinking a lot of these leftists who are embracing that, they think all white men are like the sort of soy boys they would see at a liberal arts college campus. Well, guess what? Here we are now. They have legitimized and called forth a demon of white identity politics.
The demon of white identity politics.
See? They don't believe any white collectivization is ever positive or neutral. It's always negative. This is what they believe.
Yep.
Politics that they're not going to be able to get away from. But here, we on the right cannot accept that. We just can't accept it. As a Christian, I say that, and as a conservative, I say it. But this is what we have to deal with now on our own side.
What is he conserving? You're in Hungary. What do you think he's conserving?
He's conserving World War II. That's all it is. He's conserving the Goy beam. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, there's nothing in Christianity. This guy says he's like freaking Orthodox as well. There's nothing in Christianity that says that you can't love your own people or anything like that. It's just everybody else is doing it. You're not allowed. Right.
And
chats.
Oh, well, I got one more move video, but we also did have a conversation last night about this very topic, fellas. If you want, make sure you check that out about what kind of nationalist are you, where Joel Webben talked to Thomas Rousseau about Christian nationalism versus white nationalism. We had that conversation for 3 hours. We gave it its due. But now this is going to be on Instagram. Let me see if this will play and work fine. If you can believe it, a Canadian Moo went to Australia and something stinky happened.
A Jewish student visiting Melbourne from Canada has been attacked while conducting door-to-door outreach work in Bentley. Police are investigating after the teenager was allegedly punched and threatened at knife point.
This is a weekly ritual. They visit Jewish families around Bentley as part of an outreach program. But after asking a simple question in the street, they were met with violence.
As I was walking towards the couple's house, I saw this man on the side of the road, and I asked him, "Excuse me, sir, are you Jewish by any chance?" And he responded, "F off." And I said, "Have a great day."
He just blew up. He said, "No, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you." And he started screaming.
They walked away, but that's not where it ended.
Yes.
You notice they do not specify the ethnicity of this gentleman. There has been a lot of mass immigration into Australia, like a fuckload. So all of the same like dodges you see everywhere else.
Hold on. Fist, do you mean the gentleman of no race or national origin that has an explosively short temper?
That's right, exactly.
Wait until you hear about the knife.
Yelling at me. He was saying, "F you, I want to kill you, I want to kill your friend." He was cursing, and he had a knife in his hand.
Okay. Now, I want you to picture this. He had a knife in his hand, right? Now, you'll notice they didn't mention that he was stabbed, right? So, picture in your mind, the guy's a knife in his hand, and then this happens.
And he walked right up to me, and he punched me in the stomach.
He punched me in the stomach. He took out his knife, and he punched me in the stomach. It's fucking not even close to being fucking true, dude. All right, it doesn't get any more ridiculous than that. We'll go on with super chats.
Okay. James Lindsay's hands, my favorite pair of hands, $5. There doesn't exist anything anywhere that could make anyone antiseptic. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Mazel Tov cocktail for $5. COVID made me feel insane for years, lost friendships, and gave huge trust issues and plummeted my faith in the average person's intelligence. Yeah, man, I
we bond over.
Yep, it was bloody awful. Andrew Corrigan for $5. Hey, mate. Tithe for being late. Make me YouTube again, oh leader of pro-white movements.
YT.
Make me white again, oh leader of all pro-white movements. The great miscegenator.
This fucking
Do your
guy.
powers work? Do your powers work in reverse, Ardy? Like, can you desegenate people?
I don't believe I have powers, but I might. I'm starting to be convinced of it.
Perhaps that can be me, the desegenator.
Yeah, there's always a counterbalance, right?
Matty Eyes for $5. Thanks, mate. Piers Orkin. It sounds like a bloody great wanker, mate. Austin sounded trained. Tilly was making midget analogies. Very funny, though. Yeah. Piers Orkin.
He threw in some panache on it, dude. He made his own.
The Eden Pro for $5. The Goyim have gone fucking insane. Oh, it's true, mate. It's true.
They're rising up.
Gnosis for $5. Piers is a modern day Joseph Welch, literally doing the pearl clutching, and you can almost hear him saying, "Have you no sense of decency, sir?" Yeah, basically.
That's a class. That's a McCarthyite classic.
Andrew Corrigan again for $5. Thank you, mate.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Oh yeah, Fist, welcome back. The other day, Ardy had some spurg on called like telecast hand or something like that. Also, you read we yet? I think I have read we actually. I can't remember. That's by it's by that Polish writer. I think I did read it. It's only like a short book.
Dude, telecast hand is so bad it works.
Telecast hand. That's so fucking good.
It's bad, and it somehow makes it good.
Oh, it's great. I love it. Arden Party for 5 Canadian loonies. The Aussie accent thing was interesting. Can Fist say the nose, Mr. Knowles? Find me on X and Rumble at Ardent Party, like and share the screen. I guess I got to do it in Australia. The nose, Mr. Knowles. Yeah.
See, well, I mean, so you had some training to speak to an audience, and you've listened to yourself recorded, and I don't know, like my Boston accent. People don't. They're like, "Oh, you don't really have an accent." It's like, yeah, I know. I've heard myself recorded, and I don't like how it sounds. Like the Aussie accent and the Boston accent are both kind of rough. Okay, they don't sound very educated, eloquent. They're very brash accents.
Yeah, but it's good for podcasting, right?
Oh yeah,
it cuts through noise. It makes you sound, like a man of the people, kid.
Dude, well, me drunk at a music festival, somebody from my country, from the South, goes, "Oh, you're from Australia?" That's how bad my Boston accent fucking was when I was drinking. Okay, that's when I realized something was wrong.
Poke Strogan for $5. That Brother Nathaniel bit was the craziest shit I've ever heard. Yeah, I know, right? That was pretty fucking insane.
Class act, that man.
I got this for $5. Thank you, mate. Everyone should see the guy that exposed Piers' wife for openly cheating during his interview on Piers' show. It's a good laugh for sure.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, mate. Coffee Cat for $5. Somehow the Mooish magic system is darker than Berserk. Yeah, it's dark as shit, man. Mighty Meme King for $5.
Morning, bro.
Them, they attacked a moo in Bentley. Me, wow, my brain.
Space. He really utilized the character limit there.
Wow. And Killer Bunnies for $10.
There he is, mate.
The cat girl is being like, wow, base. I don't know what's so unbelievable about his story. Haven't you heard of Mike Tyson, the world famous fencer? Oh God, is that it? Right, super chats.
All right.
You got something else for us?
Something a little quick for us. So I came across actual Justice Warrior talking to Matt Christensen. Okay, now Matt Christensen, 250,000 subs. Actual Justice Warrior, 515,000 subs. That's a lot. Okay, struggling with an Ardy and Fist amount of views on this, and I think I know why.
Oof.
So Actual Justice Warrior just did a video on Eric Arval. It did pretty well. I mean, his video on Mamdani got 36,000 views. Eric Arval, 92,000 views. This is a topic people are interested in, and Actual Justice Warrior is known for doing research on these topics and accurately reflecting them when it comes to crime, okay? For some reason, when it comes to white people, he just doesn't do as good of research, and it's really starting to bug me. And I think it's hitting these people pretty rough.
What's going on with this all-white town in Arkansas? I know you're talking about this recently, and it doesn't seem much more complicated than that. White people there are trying to build a community for people of European ancestry, and they are exclusive in terms of who can buy in to this particular community. And now they're getting sued for discrimination in who they're allowing to buy or not. Very interesting property rights pieces of this. What's going on in this Arkansas town?
Right. So I forget his name, but basically a white.
You forget his name. You did a video on him. You put him in the thumbnail. I mean, you forget the guy's name.
Who are they getting sued by again? Just
they're gonna cover it right now.
People? Oh yeah.
Dude, and he made the rounds on all the different alternative media things, like Fuentes and all these people's channels.
No, he never went on Nick Fuentes' channel to talk about this stuff, dude. No, in fact, they're adversarial, Sean. It's incredible. He refuses to do he doesn't want to really know about any of the pro-white stuff. He's like, that's getting a little too close to it.
He talked to us though.
Oh no, Eric Arval did. Yeah, no, I'm talking about Actual Justice Warrior. I've noticed in his content where anything that gets pro-white, it's like they should be allowed to do it, but it's dumb and you shouldn't do it, kind of thing, right? It's kind of like how the kosher centrists cover pro-white stuff. They should be allowed to do it. I just don't agree with it, that kind of thing. Even though you can't find what's immoral about it.
Yeah. And he said he was going to start a white community. Now, there were 40 people at the beginning of this. And essentially, the way they thought they would get around civil rights laws and fair housing laws is that it would be a private club, and they're restricting membership to the club, and membership is represented in land. Again,
I love it, though, but getting around. So how do Somalians get around these things when there's an entire apartment building filled with Somalians?
Easy. They just don't enforce the law against them. They're black. Right?
We go to 7-Eleven and it's like 30 Indians working there. How the fuck does that happen?
Because they don't enforce the law. Because they brown, right? You doubly enforce the law against the whites. The Goy Beam demands it. Like, what's wrong with you, Ardy? Come on, feel like you haven't gotten your latest Goy Beam update, mate.
Well, right? No, but AJW is like all about the law, and he never has this type of perspective on it when it comes to the whites.
Didn't Arval and Nick actually? Didn't they talk to each other? I mean, they used to
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. Right. Okay.
And then it was adversarial since probably November of 2025, if my autism serves me correctly.
Right.
Novel theory on how you're going to get around civil rights stuff. But a woman, and it's very important because you have it on screen right there. It says Michelle Walker, and this is actually the only article who says of Jewish ancestry. It's actually most of the time it says a woman who says she has some Jewish ancestry, married to a black guy, and has biracial children. Who again, she has no intention of living in this community. Let's be honest. It's rural Arkansas. Again, they haven't built much as of right now, even though they've gotten a lot of mainstream media attention. And she applied to this for the purpose, in my opinion, of suing them to shut it down. And the way that they're trying to shut it down is not necessarily just with financial means, but at a certain point in the lawsuit, you get discovery. So they're going to get all of these individuals' communications, be able to publish that to the public. So even if they win with their novel theory, which they probably won't, the Civil Rights Act has stood many challenges in court. Even if they were to win with that, you're still going to get everything that these people said. But the reason I like the way it's phrased in other articles where it says she has some Jewish ancestry on one side of her family is that there's a good chance that this is like a 23andMe Jew that's married to a black dude that decided to do this. Like, it's like that.
How does the Civil Rights Act, it's a private membership association. It's like a country club, except you just can't say it's for white people.
It's almost like the Civil Rights Act was about much more than civil rights. I know, it's a crazy conspiracy theory.
Type of person, like if she had some charity.
Anytime there's a new adjective than the words rights after it, something's fucked up. We need new rights. We need more rights.
Cherokee ancestry, we would all understand this as a 1/16th Cherokee, like over identifying with that group. And yeah, it's kind of messed up, especially when you have similar communities, like all black communities that are attempted, that start out much larger, that get promoted by the media and they fail on their own merits. They don't.
Do you see how he like is playing it still very neutrally though? It's like, isn't this an injustice? Actual justice warrior. You're even openly admitting that they're just using the law against them because they're white. Does anything go off in your mind of like, this kind of should be fought for? Do you understand the reason why they're doing it, that everyone else can collectivize and freedom of association except for white people? And with that part missing, there's a growing amount of people that are like, I feel like something's missing from this right now. This seems really unfair, and maybe like it deserves, I don't know, ire, and not like a fucking news reporter voice.
Don't like fail because, you know, they've been sued by this team, that it's not just her, it's civil rights lawyers that are all joining in on this.
Have you seen Freedom Georgia lately?
Yes, this is the comparison I make in the video.
I mean, this is what we covered, I think, in the first episode of the stream, right? We brought up Freedom Georgia. We showed that.
Yeah.
We showed this months ago.
There was Hammer City, which Black Hitler tried to start, and then that I don't even think they were able to get the.
Do you know who Black Hitler is?
Yeah.
Gazi Kozo.
Kozo. Yeah. Land back, my brothers. Land back. Yeah. What a fucking log how that guy was.
Then he killed someone and got arrested for murder.
Oh, imagine my shock. Gee, that's the first time that's ever happened.
I can't believe the gay black histrionic guy did that.
Fucking hell.
The land for that one. But my thought on this was, if you start a town in Arkansas, given the demographics of Arkansas, it kind of already is an all-white town. And if you invited people to live there, only really...
If you can say, we want to start a black town, then you have to be allowed. So then are you guys even liberal? Because, like, you know how they're, like, on the right... They're on, like, the right wing, but, like, don't really criticize the moves, but they still... You have to retain a level of, like, libertarianism or liberalism. And that never like is a flag in their mind that this is not being applied equally.
Yeah, I don't really know this guy that well. I mean, I know he exists.
Libertarian. Libertarianish.
Really, white people would probably want to, especially if you're advertising something ideological without mentioning race. Make something right-wing. So, like, could it be argued their only real mistake here was publicly identifying it as whites only, which I think they should have the right to do, but I don't. I feel like there could still be loopholes.
Do you see, like, they should have the right to do it, but then when it comes to rights to, I don't know, trans a kid, notice that there's a lot more gumption from the left when they're talking about rights. But on the right, when they, the soft right, let's say, when they talk about rights, they should have a right to do it. What, live? Live amongst each other, motherfucker? Yeah, you think?
Make this possible, you just have to kind of pretend you're not doing what you're doing, if that makes any sense.
And they
should lie and be mooey about it, right? They should lie about it. That's you know, they should lie about who they are. They should have to walk around hiding who they are the entire time.
Yeah.
Harder, they say it's white, Christian, European, and straight. Like,
they didn't say Christian, Sean, not Christian. They didn't say you have to be Christian. It's like it's like he's scared to do any research on pro-whites. And you want to know why? Because he is Hispanic, technically. Okay.
No gays allowed either. So, like, they made it too obvious, but that's how they got attention and started raising money. But even then, it's 40 people that started this, and they said they had hundreds of applications. Presumably, some of them were like this Michelle Walker woman's application, where they were never intending to live there in the first place. So this is a tiny community. They should be allowed to do this. Like, I probably wouldn't live in this community. I don't want to move into Arkansas. Like I said this in my video. Like,
you see always the qualifiers. It's they should be allowed to do this, full stop. But then when you have the qualifiers up, they should be allowed to do it. I don't agree with them. I wouldn't do it. Even if I was invited, I wouldn't want to live. Why is that necessary? Why is that necessary to distance yourself like that? Because he's afraid to even research it. He's still goy-beamed. He does great work. He's a net positive for the right when it comes to black crime, but he never actually talks about race, okay? And he kind of rubs elbows with the neocons.
I grew up in New York City, and I have friends from different ethnic backgrounds. So it's like considered diversity in terms of like ethnic diversity, but like we're friends because we have same values and like we care about similar things. But like people don't have to live the way that I choose to live. Like I don't want to be in this weird black town in Georgia that they built nothing in 5 years despite positive media attention.
Sue it in.
Yeah, like you probably should though. But But you're gonna only take the temporary camper that they put there in
Yeah.
5 years. Like there's nothing of value there. And by the way, but that was more people. That was the thing. That was 19 families versus 40 people. And you could just compare and contrast. It's one of the things I did in my
Yeah, you can compare and contrast how they could just bring 19 families there, say we want it to be a black town, and then they were enabled in doing so. Yes. Anyway.
Didn't they steal that land in Georgia? It wasn't even there. They were basically like squatters.
Fucking probably. Let me give you an alley-oop into... Fellas, let's time travel back to COVID times. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
Let me start us off with an Alex Jones intro on what it was like back then. Those who may not remember.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up, and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death.
This got so many people through COVID. Okay.
I'll eat.
Did you try? Did you try his new eat your neighbor's barbecue sauce? I did a whole bit on that on my show when this came out.
Volume should be increased now, fellas.
My superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will. I'm combat model, optimum self-sufficiency, probably the leader. The point is have you thought about that yet? Because I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor? How I'm going to...
I love how he sets this up. You think I like sizing up my neighbor, looking at him from head to toe, thinking about how I'm going to skin him, get his hair off his body? You think I like looking at another man's ass, look at my lips? Like he's setting himself up to, like, obviously he enjoys thinking about it when he says it that way.
Think I like sizing up my neighbor? How I'm going to haul him up by a chain and chop his ass up? I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry. I will eat your ass. That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
Can you imagine his children being like, Dad, it's fine. We'll eat like vegetables. We don't want to eat another human being. No, God damn it. You're going to eat the fucking neighbor. Dad, please. I mean, I'd rather boil my shoes and eat the leather. Okay. I really don't want to eat the neighbor.
Couldn't we just raise some chickens or something? No, we're gonna eat the neighbor.
He doesn't want to. This is going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt him.
Little Timmy next door. He's looking mighty tender right now.
I grant it to you.
Right. We on to is that the end of your stack?
You're riding, baby, right now.
Okay. So it's time to revisit Dr. Fauci, the man of science. Oh, we loved him all so much during COVID. Think of the millions of lives that he saved, the millions of jobs that he destroyed. So fuck. I got tons of fucking like clips, man. My cortisol be spiking
because they're gonna retcon it. They're gonna try and rewrite history now going forward. We're getting out in front of it.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to, man. Like they've already tried. But you know you've got people like Rand Paul still out there, right? Like still dragging Fauci because you know when he got pardoned, just in case you weren't aware of this, chat. Fauci got a pardon for everything that he had done all the way back to 2014. 2014. Now, this raises deeper questions.
You fucking think?
Yeah. About like what, you know, the intelligence services were doing. Like, was there military involvement? There's like a whole layer to this that's sort of not real. Like no one. So the question is, are they going to hang your Dr. Fauci out to dry? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But just look how much he loved the media attention. This is one of the things I remember most about him. Like, just what a fucking narcissist this guy was.
Is what they do to James Lindsay. It's how you make someone an asset. Once you see that they're receptive to this kind of positive attention and this, like, celebrity, and then you go, oh, we got him hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. Like, Fauci is basically sort of like the perfect person for that. And I agree. They go around deliberately looking for people who are highly susceptible to these kinds of manipulation, like whether it's fame or sex or whatever. Like their ideal person is basically just a hollow shell being led around by their passions.
The single most respected voice in the pandemic
It's Dr. Anthony Fauci, the man who's become known as America's doctor, the nation's top infectious disease expert, Anthony Fauci.
You are seen to many as a superhero.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, American hero and New York Yankee fan.
You've done so much for this country in terms of this crisis, so I really appreciate your insight.
Who better to give us answers that we can trust than Dr. Anthony Fauci?
The perfect person to answer our questions today. Joining us now, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, appreciate your candor.
Dr. Fauci, appreciate the candor.
We appreciate your service to this country.
We appreciate your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Greatly appreciate your service to America.
Thank you for your 37 years of service, I believe, to 7 presidents, and thank you for your work over the past year.
The great news is you're sticking around in the Biden administration. We are so grateful to you, Dr. Fauci, for everything you do.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you very much for everything that you do.
Thanks so much for the work that you do.
Thank you very much for the reassurance and as
Holy
always for all
shit.
of your public service. Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Thank you for all your guidance this past year, and it's greatly appreciated.
Dr. Fauci, on behalf of all of our viewers here in the U.S. and around the world, thanks very much for doing what you're doing. Thanks very much for joining us. Please thank your entire team as well. We are all grateful.
Get your rest because we need you.
You are one of the busiest scientists in the country right now. It is an honor to have some of your time to help us understand what is going on. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, so we appreciate your time, sir. We need people to continue to have faith in science. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for being straight with us. Thank you for being able to come on. You will always have this show as a platform.
Sir, whenever you can be here, we'll have you. It's always an honor to have time with you. Thanks for being here.
It's good enough for you, sir. It's good enough for me and my family. So thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for keeping it straight. Thank you for fighting the good fight.
I am sincerely appreciative that you are not walking away from this post. You make us smarter and safer and better every day. Thank you so much, Dr. Fauci.
Holy shit.
Oh, dear.
You really forget like how heavy-handed it was. It was like beyond parody. That it was. I really forgot how excessive it was.
Brother,
Wait, okay, so
Do
as
not
I was
open
saying-
with the little log on it at the fucking top left.
I know, right? So Rand Paul like dropped this again, as I said in the opener. He got it from like RFK. RFK basically said that it was like on all these different government servers they had to like dig up. This is another thing that a lot of people don't appreciate if you weren't in the middle of it. COVID was like the fight back against like COVID was weaponized autism personified, because all of these scientists, all of these like people, and I'm still in touch with like a bunch of them, weaponize their autism. Okay, right? You know, they're stuck at home, they've got nothing to do. All of these like researchers, all these people sharing information basically over Telegram is where everyone essentially wound up, because every other avenue of social media was censored, which is one of the reasons why they started going after Telegram.
Yep.
But look, I'm just gonna speed through these quite quickly. Okay. Fauci's diary says that he put COVID's fatality rate at 0.2 to 0.3. Under oath, weeks later, he told Congress it was 10 times deadlier than the flu.
Very quickly, I made a video with Sam Cedar in it called COVID Moose. And Sam Cedar was doing the data on his show. And according to his data, COVID is 2.5 times as deadly as the flu by his own data, as he was trying to have this alarmism about it. It was crazy.
Here's Fauci. Big front page article about me appeared in the Washington Post. Very flattering. The situation with my national and international fame is explosive and really unimaginable. It's not hyperbole to say that today I am the most famous and talked about person in the country and the most recognizable person in the world.
I'm sorry,
Now-
dude. I can't believe this. I can't believe, or can I believe it? Because what type of person, you know, the people that they pick, it's almost like James Lindsay, where you can't believe that he would do something, but then you see his behavior. So I guess I can believe it, that he would write
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I guess I can.
Countless profiles on me in multiple media. I cannot even read all the things that are written about me since I am so busy. Oh, God. Like, just, and he's just destroying the country while just like getting like a congratulatory like dick sucking from like the entire media class. And then afterwards, everyone like, well, why don't you trust the government anymore? Why don't you trust us, bros? This is why. Right. Oh yeah, this is. I think this is like the same thing. He's just. Press is going wild with me. Front page in the Washington Post and an op-ed on the New York Times about me and my relationship with the POTUS. Profile in the Atlantic. I am trying in several articles and on TV to clarify that POTUS is talking about hope for therapies. He's just ego obsessed. Here's him congratulating himself for shutting down New York City and all of California. I spoke with Bill de Blasio and convinced him, based on what I was saying publicly in my conversation tonight, to close all the New York City schools. I had a similar call with Ann O'Leary, the governor, the assistant to the governor, Gavin Newsom of California. Ann said that based on my TV appearances, the governor has decided to close the schools in California, as well as the bars and restaurants. I left the White House and crossed Pennsylvania. Several cars honked their horns and shouted thank you out the window. Fucking dude.
Yeah.
And then there's this other really weird like fucking passage, right? Where the CIA call him up and are like, we want to talk to you. Okay. So they take him into like one of the skiffs, the secure like rooms, and tell him that they have information from sources that unknown experiments were conducted by the military in Wuhan. And Fauci's like, the thing that blew me away about how naive and uninformed they are is the fact that they mentioned they had word of it in July of 2020, that there was a super spreader event in China, right? Related to passage of a virus in the laboratory. And then he gets all paranoid, basically saying he thinks that the CIA is like trying to entrap him. So this is a common thing with Fauci. Anyone who disagrees with him is ignorant. Like, just despite the fact that he has not been a fucking scientist for ages, and people were pointing this out. By the time he was like the head of the NIAID,
Yep.
He hadn't been a scientist for 20 years. He was an administrator. Here's him kvetching about Musk. All of a sudden, Elon Musk has started to viciously attack me with tweets on Twitter. Just one
Viciously, it's always an attack, dude. I don't even think I've ever said someone's attacked me.
This is about the Furin cleavage site. In case you didn't know, one of the sort of big things about COVID that told everyone that it had been engineered is a particular thing in the spike protein called a furin cleavage site, which allowed it to sort of break off and enter the cell. This is very, very unnatural for coronaviruses, and the presence of this furin cleavage site was one of the clearest indications that it had, in fact, been engineered. Now, at the time, anyone who pointed this out, this very, very obvious tell, was called a conspiracy theorist. So don't fucking talk to me about all these people, they believe in conspiracy theories now.
Oh, so wait. There was people calling you a conspiracy theorist for that. Interesting.
It's like, man, this conspiracy theorist. I'm like, you wouldn't happen to be currently doing a conspiracy, would you?
It's almost like the people calling you a conspiracy theorist.
This is great Substack as well, but this is hilarious, right? Across 1,141 pages by the nation's senior infectious disease official during the largest public health event in a century, here is how often certain terms appear. Not once are the words peer review, meta-analysis, risk-benefit, learning loss, or mental health mentioned. N95, seroprevalence, and cost-benefit are mentioned once. Twice are mentioned cloth mask, school closure, or natural immunity, against which award, which is mentioned 80 times.
I can't believe this.
Hero, which is mentioned 49 times.
How could it get more cringe?
Instagram, which is mentioned 36 times. Bobblehead, which is mentioned 23 times. Selfie, which is mentioned 19 times. And entries headed press 641 times.
So since they can't get him arrested, okay, they're just trying to embarrass him. That's the goal.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is that Trump was originally correct on this, right? He went with his gut, and then Fauci basically outmaneuvered him. Amazing day. We were supposed to have a routine meeting today. We were waiting. The vice president sat around the Resolute desk. The POTUS then started eyeing and throwing around the fuck word. The fuck word. What the fuck are you people doing? Deb, you're saying that the pandemic is now in the rural areas. First the cities, now the rural areas. Where is it now? I'm saying we have it under control, and you say it's everywhere. Tony, you are always contradicting me. He's just like,
oh my God,
you fucked us. Oh my God, this is like crazy. Okay,
people in chat are saying they're getting war flashbacks right now.
Oh, I know, right? And all of the data that they were relying on was Israeli data. Okay, like I remember this at the time. Israel cut a deal with Pfizer, Moorish company, that they would only give the Pfizer vaccine in Israel, and then they offered all of that data and made Israel like a big ass laboratory. And many people have wondered like how many people there actually took the vax, okay?
Right.
Because there was like video clips coming out of decidedly Moorish people like just not getting it, saying they're getting it, like
this is what I would say as well, where they would say get the vaccine. It was like, well, there was like 3, 4, over time 5 different vaccines in just the United States. And then internationally, there was about, I think, 50 different vaccines, but they kept calling it the vaccine. I don't know if it's my autism, but I would bring up that point. People were like, I don't want to think about that. What the fuck? What do you mean the vaccine?
Not only that, right? When it started like losing momentum, they just came out and said you can mix all the vaccines. They had no reason to say that.
Holy
there was no
shit.
data at all. I mean, there was no data like for any of it. Mate, I drove myself crazy trying to like say this to people. I'm like, where's the controlled trials? Where's the data? And the normies would be like, oh, it's been tested. No, it hasn't. No, it hadn't. It had not been tested. It was totally untested.
I remember the first wave of vaccine regret was there was a Johnson & Johnson vaccine that came out. And then whatever, 3 months later, there was the Moderna. And people go, oh, no, don't get the Johnson & Johnson one. Thousands of people were like, oh, you told me to get it. I got it. And now you're telling me that I shouldn't have gotten it. That was the first wave of regret that I saw. Privately, by the way, not publicly.
So the J&J vaccine, God, this is a while. I'm like remembering back. It wasn't like the fully new mRNA version. There was something, I think it was encapsulated inside some kind of virus. Oh, mate, this is really taxing my brain.
Yeah.
But, like I was all up on this at the time. Here's Fauci talking about how he had a great chat with Sam Bankman-Fried, right? Who was the guy that ran, what was the name of his crypto platform? It like collapsed and took down like tons of people with it. How can I not remember the name of this? I even did a video on him. Something FX. Who knows the name of Sam Bankman-Fried?
FTX.
FTX. Thank you. Here's him basically talking to Sam Bankman-Fried about how his billions of dollars could partner with the NIH, pushing the scientific agenda for the prototype pathogen approach of pandemic preparedness. In case you don't know what that means, dear listener, that's where you make new pathogenic viruses in a lab so you can protect people from them, which is exactly how we wound up in this fucking situation. I mean, that is the sort of charitable view. The uncharitable view is this was a deliberate bioweapons release. And I know people who very, very seriously believe that. Fauci was massively interested in prizes. He got many prizes. The prizes. There are like a couple of times where he basically sort of, it looks like he, because what he would do is email people and say, can I have the prize? And then he'd get the prize money, and then the people that gave it to him would get NIH funding. So,
Right. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, like, he sounds like a retarded person being like, I got a ribbon, I got a prize. But now that I understand the financial backing of it.
But look at this fucking cringe, okay? So Fauci clipped every single mention of him in the media, right? Now, it's hard to look back to sort of remember just how cringe COVID was, right? It was by far the cringiest time that I can remember. It's like,
dude, we could easily do COVID streams for like easily like once a month, very easily, and never run out of stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, just look at this, right? It's Fauci, Superman. Fauci is like a basketball player getting sucked off by COVID-19.
I imagine his face as he's looking at this, and he's like, "Oh man, I really am something else." Like, do you think James Lindsay's jealous of him? I think he is.
Look at this picture, right? On his little shirt, he's got "Post No Hate," and the pigeon has like "Truth." Oh, I'm like, just fuck off! Oh my god, look at this bullshit, man. It's just, he's like, oh my god, he's just so.
Oh, I mean, it does make sense because he's like, I am the science, and you could really see how they MK Ultra'd the fuck out of him and turned him into it.
Remember the Fauci cupcakes?
Steph Curry.
I just, mate, this is.
It was celebrities treating him like a celebrity, like, and that would feel weird. He really has no humility. This is how they make an asset. It makes so much sense now. This is like what they did to James Lindsay. When James Lindsay goes to Israel and he goes, "People fucking know me in Israel." It's like, you moron. This is times up 1,000.
You want your Fauci pouchy?
Fauci, Ochi, pouchy.
What am I even looking at? Is this like a cocktail mix or something so you can get like drunk and alone at home and drown your like problems? Oh god,
I know, but they were treating him like he was so knowledgeable, and he would just be like, wash your hands and wear 2 masks. Also, don't wear masks. They don't do a whole lot. Oh, you know so much.
Oh, I hate this so much. Remember these masks in Fauci? We trust the Fauci themed masks. Oh my god.
I know, but now the people that still wear masks, that's the scarlet letter. It's like, oh, thanks for letting me know everything I need to know about you.
Here's Fauci just canceling Easter. Totally normal thing for a Catholic to do, but of course he's a Jesuit, so I mean, you know, right? Like, Hope Hicks and I convinced him to essentially put Easter on hold for this year.
Who? Wait, who? Who's I? Hope Hicks and I convinced him.
This is Fauci talking. This is Fauci. Basically.
Okay. Who? Interesting.
What else have we got? Oh yeah, this is Trump going off at him. You and Fauci have totally destroyed the country and the economy. I should never have listened to you. You have completely destroyed us. He kept saying this over and over again and was yelling at her. This is Deborah Burks.
Oh yeah.
I encouraged her that we were okay, and at the end of the day, she and I will be loved by the people we care about. She was relieved, and after wrote me a text, sincerely thanking me. Fauci on Fauci, basically again talking how the Trump administration is like bumbling and incompetent to just try and discredit the most credible scientist in the world.
There it is. Oh, the legitimacy is so important to these people.
Oh, I love the legitimacy.
Me.
He's saying how well he did in the deposition. The DOJ lawyers said that it was one of the best performances in the deposition that they have ever seen. Oh, imagine. So now we got a few videos. Just to get into it.
Dude, Tom Elliott, this guy I've been using his compilations for a fucking few years now. This guy puts together the best comps.
They were wrong about everything. Every single scientist, and even the proximal origins paper, which came out in Nature, where they were like, oh, actually we all agree it was a natural release. No, they fucking didn't. They knew it was a fucking lab leak.
Their mistakes are equivalent to you also saying something that may not have been 100% correct at that time, whatever it may have been. All right, we both said some things that we regret.
Yep.
But they're really criticizing science because I represent science.
Oh my God.
If you're vaccinated, you really don't need to worry about
getting it in a way that's serious or transmitting it.
That is true. That is correct, Chris. It'll either protect you completely against infection, and the chances are very likely that you'll not be able to transmit it to other people. The risk is extremely low of transmitting it to anybody else. Full stop. Vaccinated people are clearly capable of transmitting the infection.
So pause it. So that was May 2021.
When you're in the middle of an outbreak.
That was May 2021 to July 2021. So
oh my God,
it's coming back to me now of how quickly things would change. It was a whirlwind. It was the fog of war. That was 2 months later. And then so many people I knew were like, yeah, they're learning about it. We're being awfully fucking commanding. And when they're saying the thing that they thought was true in May, they're saying it certainly. They're not couching their language at all. They're like, what? Just take it.
Yeah. And you see this repeatedly. And again, you saw it at the time. They were basically saying that getting everyone to take it was far more important than the truth. That if they expressed any doubts in the vaccine, despite the fact that they knew that there were like problems with it, that would stop people from taking it, blah, 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 fucking blah.
Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better. If people are not wearing masks, then maybe we should be mandating it. I often myself wear masks.
And I'm quoting you now, at the population level, masks work at the margins, maybe 10%. To hear that they only work at the margins, maybe 10% would make a lot of people ask, okay, then why was I wearing a mask?
You're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science when you say that this is going to go away tomorrow like magic, when you know that there's no chance it's going to just disappear. We hope this just goes away, burns itself out.
So my question is, why weren't you straight with the American people about this to begin with?
So the bottom line is, it's a guesstimate. I gave a range.
It seemed in that quote to suggest that you were basing your recommendation on polling and what people could accept. Is that not what you meant?
No, I mean, it's a bit of that.
Well, we're seeing all of these school closures around the country. Is that the right move for children and families?
You know, and I think what's going on right now is generally an appropriate approach. You want to start doing something to socially distance yourself. How dramatic that is, closing schools and doing other things, should be proportionate.
It went too far, that particularly for kids who couldn't go to school except remotely.
Pause this real quick. I'm going through memory lane right now.
Yeah.
I made a shirt that was Wuhan Clan, and it was the shape of China, okay? And then on the back, it said Cream Tour, which is what the original one said. Coronavirus rules everything around me, and it was the first recorded date in each fucking country. That's what I did with my time back then. Okay,
you must have seen that version, that rap song that Emily Eucas did, the Corona Chan one. Oh, that's like awesome.
It's all coming back to us.
Well, I don't think it's forever irreparably damaged anyone.
The U.S. Surgeon General has called it an urgent public health crisis, a devastating decline in the mental health of kids across the country. According to the CDC, the rates of suicide, self-harm, anxiety, and depression are up among adolescents.
And the record will show, Neil, that we didn't recommend shutting everything down. First of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. I recommended to the president that we shut the country down. And that was very difficult.
This is, I think, deep in my psyche, this is where unlimited respawn started in my brain. Of the level to which people are caught dead to rights. And then as this was going on, they doxed whoever made the meme against CNN. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do. That's right.
Decision, because I knew it would have serious economic consequences, which it did. Yeah. Because if you look at the people that are politicizing me, there's somebody that all the way over on one level. But there are a lot of other people who look upon me the way they should, as a non-political person that I am.
Oh,
get fucked.
Fuck off.
Get absolutely fucked. Get
They're not doing it because
fucked.
they say they don't want to do it. They're
Here it
Republicans.
is.
They don't like to be told what to do.
There it is.
We got to break that. But now is the time
Pause it.
to do.
Republicans don't like to be told what to do, and we gotta do something about that.
We got to break that.
We gotta
is
break
what he
it.
said.
Yeah, break is very pivotal.
Look, I remember this very, very clearly. It was the same in the UK. They were like, oh, you know, these people, you know, they don't trust the science. They don't want to take the vaccine. Remember vaccine hesitancy, that phrase, like that was what they called it in the UK. They're like, oh, the the vaccine hesitant, right? And then they had the anti-vaxxers. Oh my God.
What you're told.
Where did
Did it
this
come from
virus
a lab?
come from, do you think, today? Did it come from a lab? Was it man-made?
When you have the animal-human interface and you have animals that come out of the wild that are sold at these open, what they call them, wet markets.
Place of origin was not within the market itself.
No, I don't think you could say that.
There's a report today that another intelligence arm of the U.S. government, this is inside our energy department, has joined the FBI in concluding that COVID began with a lab leak in China.
That the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research.
That is a fucking lie. That is
Okay,
a
conspiracy
bald-
theorist over here, fellas.
is a bald-faced lie.
In the Wuhan Institute.
We now know that a bat coronavirus was enhanced in a lab. The National Institutes of Health acknowledged that it funded research of a virus that was studied at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The experiment unexpectedly, we're told, made a bat coronavirus more contagious than
Unexpectedly. It's not. It's not I've read the study protocols. They were deliberately trying to make it more infectious. If you're trying to do research on this stuff, you don't want a less infectious virus. Oh my fucking God. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks, bros.
the original naturally occurring one.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans.
Right.
You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially. You do not know what you are talking about.
Look how fucking shifty he looks.
Right?
Senator Paul's gonna get the last fucking laugh. I'm so here. But the thing is, I bet you any freaking money, Fauci's gonna sit there and he's just gonna say, "I don't recall." Oh, Senator Paul, I don't recall. And then Senator Paul's gonna read more shit out of his diary, and Fauci's gonna be like, "I don't recall." And like, fucking.
They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function?
It is not. What we're talking about now is the gain-of-function research in studies that increase predominantly the transmissibility as well as pathogenesis and alteration of host range of the virus. Nobody's lying here, Senator. It is you. I'd have to laugh at that. I should be prosecuted.
Dude, I had to show something right now. I'm having. Do you remember when Jon Stewart went on Stephen Colbert and was like, "This was in a lab"? Obviously,
Yeah. Was that the Hershey chocolate?
This
line?
is three. It's only 3.5 minutes. For
Okay.
posterity, I gotta just include real quick.
Okay.
I think we owe a great debt of gratitude to science. Science
Now,
has
this was posted June 16th of 2021, by the way,
Mhm.
which is dude. They reeled him back in. They unfortunately reeled him very much back in. He must have paid dearly for that.
Yeah, and not only that is it a meme from Ardent. Remember, I mean, one of the real things that sticks with me is watching Stephen Colbert's dead eyes. Like, do you remember when he did like the vaccine thing with all the syringes, like dancing?
I remember
and all
when he
that, like,
fucking
crap?
did Strangers with Candy. These people used to be so funny.
And if you look at Colbert's face during that period, right, his eyes are just like piss holes in the snowbank, like just like you can just see the void.
I'm taking that one.
Staring at like the pure, like just the pure void staring out. It's mate, it's crazy. I really should have like loaded up the vaccine thing, but it's on the hard drive. I'll probably find it. Maybe you want to like find it. So
we know that one's too demoralizing even for me.
So Fauci's like saying, I cannot feel safe because I'm well aware that many people who are vaccinated are still getting infected, and that worried me a lot. Worried about having gotten infected. This is where he went to like a party in 2021, and despite being vaccinated, he was very, very worried because he had to take his mask off for photo ops. Okay. And then RFK basically revealed that Fauci got vaccine injured, this is totally new. I was not aware of this. Now, I'm not usually one for Schadenfreude, but I think
You're talking to the right guy right now.
He was given a pardon prospectively from the last administration. We don't know if it was an auto pen pardon. It doesn't really matter for legality purposes. But Americans want to know, a lot of them, is there going to be any accountability for trillions of dollars lost, children's education destroyed, and public health reputation and public health industry reputation shattered?
Yeah, and millions of people injured. You know, that he lied about masks, he lied about social distancing, he lied about the transmission, he lied about natural immunity, he lied about the capacity, as you just said, of the vaccine to prevent infection, to prevent it. He got vaccinated, a very, very public press conference in January of 2020. And then 5 months later, he had, and this is the first time that we knew this from the diary, he had a pulmonary infarction, which is one of the
blood clot in the lung is what he means.
Adverse events that NIH, CDC, and FDA said are expected from the vaccine. He never told anybody. He got treated for it privately by the best doctors in America. At the same time, he was telling everybody that that was not an adverse event.
Oh,
yes.
So he was fine, right? He was fine. He had the best doctors in America looking after his blood clot.
Right?
Yeah. Everybody else can get fucked. Look at this. This is him like reading tweets about himself.
Here's one that says, I got my first dose of the Fauci ouchie. I had a dream about the COVID-19 vaccine and met Dr. Fauci afterwards. I told him that I bought his bobblehead and he was super cool about it.
I just want everyone to remember what a fucking cesspool Twitter was at this point. Okay.
But it was very quickly. This is when many of us realized the level of collusion between all institutions, corporate, academic. This is when it was most present.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, it was all being run by NGOs. It was like completely infiltrated by those same NGOs. People were like buying blue check marks, you know, it was just one big influence network. Now, okay, I've got some issues with Musk, but it is much better now, right?
A portion of the chat is so mad they have to leave and come back. Yes, we understand. We understand. We understand if you take a break and come back. Okay.
I saw your
very frustrating feelings.
Oh, look at this fucking stupid bint. I did an interview with a mass murderer.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was great.
PPL made fun of these Dr. Fauci prayer candles, but we got my dad one for his birthday in November. So he lit it every night, and everyone in my immediate family was fully vaccinated, so maybe there's something there.
I need like a Fauci candle and the Fauci bobblehead right next to each other.
Happy Man Crush Monday to this hero. Thank you, Dr. Fauci, for all your hard work. We appreciate your intelligence, honest, bravery, compassion. We love you. Well, that's very nice to say that. Here's one that says,
Jared.
Oh, God. I'm going to like cough up a stomach. Oh,
Okay.
God.
What else do you have from this fucking guy? Okay.
I just got like a bit of propaganda for everybody.
Yeah, we can do Soupy soon.
Shout out to our favorite MD, Anthony Fauci.
Oh, look at my head.
Pause it. You know, if the back of my car wouldn't fall off, I'd love to tie that guy to the back of it and go for a ride.
It's like they raided every theater kid in the world and put them in charge of fucking propaganda, right? And this is the excrement that they produced. Oh, it's fucking, oh God, it's so many of these. Like, I honestly found that like the musicals possibly the most traumatizing part of having to watch all this shit.
Someone said this really was the height of the theater kid occupied government.
Yeah, that's right. It really was, man.
Hug your family. Feeling so relieved. No lockdowns with friends.
Pause it right here. Look at his fat turned inward legs. Look at his fucking body collapsing in on itself.
Oh God. Oh, we got this one. This is Julia Roberts. Like,
Oh yes.
sucking him
So
off as
the
well.
the reason why I wanted to include this, okay, is look at how she's the celebrity. He's seen her movies. He's always been like, wow, Julia Roberts. This is like peak making someone into a fucking asset where you have a celebrity, treat a normal person like a celebrity. That is the fucking purpose of this.
Rad that we have maybe the coolest man on the planet right now. Wow, and there's the room. This is intense. Does anybody else have
MK Ultra, PSYOP.
Hi there.
Asset.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is such a thrill. How are you?
Pretty good, I guess. You know, it's a little bit like running
He's
on
glowing.
fumes for a couple of months, but
I would imagine this is a thrill for me, but you truly have emerged as a personal hero for me. And you've been
Hero,
this,
there it is.
True north, I think, for a lot of people. And it's so deeply, deeply appreciated. So just to have this little corner of your time for us is such a joy. So
but
thank you.
it's my pleasure to be with you, Ms. Robertson, and thank you for doing this. It's very important.
Golly, you're really like my personal hero right now. It's so
Yeah,
rad that we
that's how fucking thick they laid it on, fellas. And I'm seeing in the chat right now, very bad memories are brought up, okay? The purpose of this, fellas, is gratitude, is that you made it out and that things are... There is no fucking way that in 2021 you would imagine that in 2026 you'd watch a stream like fucking Ardy and Fist where we can call out a lot of shit. You never would have thought it, okay? And it's not even just our stream. A lot of other people are able to fucking talk about this shit now. You never would have thought it. You never know what's going to happen. Because I'll tell you what, I had some dark times, okay? I had to cut off a lot of fucking people. So, gratitude, fellas, is what I feel.
Bad? No. The worst thing of all is...
Oh my God, imagine if I just change my mind right now. This is the one that sends me over the edge.
Is what they did to the children. And I will never, ever forgive them for this bullshit, right? My rage for this will burn until I die. Fuck
Fist,
you
you're really
all.
me back into the wrong wolf.
Has to be able to visit me.
Oh, fuck, hang on.
What if he can't go to anyone's house or near his reindeer?
Well, I have to say I took care of that for you because I was worried that you'd all be upset. So what I did a little while ago, I took a trip up there to the North Pole. I went there and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself. I measured his level of immunity and he is good to go. He can come down the chimney. He can leave the presents. He can leave and you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, God. Sorry about
all
the
of that while the George Floyd trial was going on.
This,
mind you, we didn't even cover the like insane global racism fucking happening during that entire
this
time.
whole thing, right, was CNN Sesame Street sponsored thing called the ABC of COVID vaccines. I used to have the whole thing, but it got lost in a hard drive failure.
Oh no! Oh please show us more of this, Fist. I can't. Oh please.
This is a little edit I put together.
Hi.
Hey there.
Hola!
Hi, everyone.
Hello there.
So good to see all of you.
Oh, it really is. But Elmo, why are you dressed? Is it like a clown?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing. Elmo was having a virtual play date with Abby. Yeah, we were being clowns.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
What else have we got?
We can move on to your next. We gotta do super chats, and this is demoralizing the chat.
All right,
just getting pissed.
Wait.
Yeah.
I got a funny thing to finish.
Yes.
Ugh, what are you doing without a mask? You're going to get your droplets all over me.
Look, Dr. Fauci, it's been an interesting year or so, but after those emails got leaked, I don't think I can trust you anymore.
Oh, you don't need to worry about those. It's me, Dr. Fauci.
Is that Tim Pool?
Let's just stay locked down a little bit longer, and if you're good, I'll let you gather with 3 of your friends on the 4th of July.
No, I'm done letting you control me.
Ugh, control you? Have you been talking to Rand Paul again? I told you to socially distance from him.
Rand is my friend. He listens to me.
He wants to get you killed, Andrew. I'm your only real friend. You need to figure that out before it's too late.
Look, Dr. Fauci, at the start, we both agreed this was going to be a short, 2-week-long thing. But then it blew up into something long-term and serious because I was too passive to assert that I needed freedom. And you kept manipulating me into thinking I needed you.
Andrew, listen to me. If you leave me, your grandmother is going to die.
See, this is exactly what I mean, Dr. Fauci.
Look, I'm sorry. It's true, Andrew. The droplets, Andrew! The droplets are going to get all over your grandmother.
Stop saying droplets, please.
She's going to be covered in the droplets, Andrew! She's going to die!
Why should I believe you? After you've lied to me? I'm done. And I mean it this time.
What use is it? You're right. I'm so useless. I can't do anything right. Of course I messed this whole thing up.
No, come on. That's not true. Don't cry.
Droplets.
Don't cry.
I've got droplets coming from my eyes. Droplets.
Hey, honey, Dr. Fauci! I told you to stay the hell away from my husband!
Droplet!
That's from Freedom Tunes, which is a channel run by Seamus Coughlin. I would highly recommend you sub Seamus if you ever see this. I hope you don't mind. It was for historical reasons, and so we could end this segment on an upbeat note, so that people won't leave the chat and be
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Let me start with a Rumble chat.
Okay.
Grand Inquisitor for $20. Thank you very much. Might. Sadly, the people responsible for COVID will never see prison, much less the inside of a courtroom. If this was a just world, they'd be decorating trees and filling the bellies of buzzards and crows. It's going old school. And for the $5, thank you so much, my dude. You guys can keep thinking there is a political solution, but there isn't. We're not fixing this at the ballot box. We thought Trump might right the ship, at least course correct. But alas, here we are, which is why you can organize with, at the very least, Turn to Land, $25 for a lifetime membership. And yeah, that doesn't mean that, even a violent solution wouldn't do anything. It would be the French Revolution. So this is why you must organize and live out your life as best as you can. Honestly, I'm curious, because they do this with NGOs. I'm curious if how to organize, right? If they could have some sort of structured thing of how people can locally organize in chapters and stuff like that. I think would be helpful.
Yeah, but I mean, if Fuentes is correct, and it seems like that, the corpus are taking over the GOP.
They're not. That's not true.
Well, I don't know, man. It's going to be
know. I know
different.
It's not true. I have no faith that that's fucking even remotely close to being true.
You got many contacts inside the GOP, Ardy?
I got my 2 eyes, baby. I got my vibes, okay? I got my spiritual, nature vibes, man.
Okay, well, the actual people that I know are saying it's true, so I'm just saying, right?
Yeah, well, have they talked to my vibes? I love this argument so much right now.
Do they talk to your eyeballs? Kibbermaster member for 6 months, thank you, mate. Well, I saw it happen, and the guy actually had 10 knives. Clearly, he actually had 20. Soul in the Lich for 100 arse. Mate, that's a lot of arse. Thank you very much. Tom Michael's laundromat business could make a comeback on Arvol's community. Remember to sing the shop's jingle for 25% off on whites only laundry.
There we go. See, let's get some marketing in there.
Makes your whites even whiter. Awesome. Andrew Corrigan for $20.
Hi there, mate.
COVID was a hard time for many of us, so let's all join hands and quote RD Bible.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, all-powerful miscegenator, please ensure we stay racially diverse and protect us from being on time. In your mixed splendor, we pray.
What can I do about this? Nothing. I am helpless to him saying that. There's nothing I can do.
Season of the Great for $5. This stream is giving me war flashbacks. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Trying to get through the normies in 2020 was like entering the Twilight Zone. My blood pressure was yoked. Yeah, I know.
Gratitude, fellas. We have the fellas now. Gratitude.
you gotta sort of think like none of us would be like together, right? You know, in like it forced so many people to realize what the fuck was like actually going on, because it was such an egregious overreach. So I'm sorry for putting everyone through that, but it's
important. It's for posterity.
It's back again.
People to watch. Yes.
Dissident Night for 10 Australian dollars.
Look at this galar over here.
The discreditor in chief. If you think about it, the wily scumbucket is kind of an international hero. No one has done more for discrediting institutions than this slippery gypsy. Well, precisely.
Yes.
Because for ages, I had been saying to people, right, like, maybe, the institutions shouldn't be trusted. And then I went through this like brief sort of period of normiehood when I started university. And I was like, actually, maybe the world does work the way.
I can't imagine you like that. I can't imagine.
Oh, it was a very weird time in my life. And then COVID hit, and I was like, no, I was right the first time.
Yeah, I was never. My friends were much more conspiratorial than I was, and they had talked about MK Ultra, and I was like, okay, I understand the idea of it, and like, sure. As soon as COVID happened, I'm like, that's 100% real. That is what it is. That's what's happening, and that was the starting point.
But for a brief period, I knew what it was like to be a normie. Oh, yeah, it was beautiful in a way, right? To just believe that the government has your best interests at heart, and democracy works, and mate,
it takes stress, struggle, and inconvenience to understand how much you're being fucked over, and then you go, well, what life were you living before that? Really, you know?
Caesar the Great for $5. Thank you, mate. Bill de Blasio offering free fries and Krispy Kreme, offering free donuts if you get jabbed was an IQ test. Then the late night shows doing corny skits. Man,
I swear we could do monthly COVID streams, dude. It's fucking infinite.
But we're just gonna be like traumatizing our audience.
Dude, I remember that my friend would watch on the day when they were protesting, and then on the live streams, they would say, "Here comes the night shift," and then that's when the violence would happen, and he would watch it like 3 weeks straight, and he's like, "This
during BLM."
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did that too. Yeah, I watched tons of like streams during BLM. I was just like, wow. The Commie man for $5.
Look at that picture. Look at that white woman.
That's isn't that Claudia Scheinbaum? Or is
that's a woman that I played on stream where I said, "Look at this white woman screaming at this." And it's the most unappealing moo side profile that may ever exist. Puts Abby Shapiro to shame.
In France, they euthanized old people to make the COVID body count rise, and some moos told them to stop because they were lollicosting some oldies. Yeah, they did that everywhere. They did that everywhere. That's another thing people don't want to talk about. They just started killing people. Solon the Lich for 200 arse.
Look at that arse, mate.
Mate, look at him go. That is a lot of arse, mate. He's wide and thick and in charge. I insist Vladimir Putin deserves both the medicine and peace Nobel Prizes. As soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, COVID was over. Suddenly everybody had to go over there and give Vlad a taste of the teat of defeat. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when it was over, was when the Ukraine war started. It's like, so it was literally like a switch had been thrown. Oh my God. And then the Ukraine flags went up and everyone was like, Slava Ukraini.
Ukraine.
You must have piss. Ugh. Dude, I hate it so much. JLM Knight for 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you very much.
Yeah, mate. There he is.
And if you think tough men are dangerous, wait until you see what weak men are capable of.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Matty Ice for $5. Thank you very much. When Fauci reassures Birx that, quote, we will all be loved by the people we care about, who talks like that? That's not patriotism, which would be the people. No, it's the language of technocracy and of the expert class. And the whole idea, look, we know so much better. We know how to like run things. The filthy plebs, they wouldn't know like what they wanted even if they got a hold of it. I'm out of US for $20 now. Look at him go.
Yeah, bruv.
Do you guys have a moment from 2020 that just really melted your brains?
Yeah.
For some reason, mine was the selection of the nativity art for the Vatican, which was just freaky. There's an innocence I'll never get back. Thanks, you two. Oh god,
I nuked. I'm gonna save it for another stream so I can really dig my heels into it. I nuked 99.9999999% of all of my friendships on June 2nd, 2020, where people were putting the black squares on their fucking profile pictures. I had been pissing and moaning about black people, okay, for years before that, and they never said anything. And then all of a sudden they acted like they were like on the side of the blacks, and I did a fucking legendary nuke. The arguments I got into, people were trying to find where I fucking lived, dude. I was done at that point.
I don't know. For me, it was just sort of like a gradual thing. Like I knew enough about psychological warfare, and I knew enough about vaccines to know I was quite ahead of the curve on this.
Oh, I was very far behind.
I was one of the few people who actually knew the outbreak was coming because I used to cover watch that kind of stuff. So
my friends that I called conspiratorial also saw it coming from a fucking month or two away.
Yeah, I know, right? Deep Calm for $10. Thank you, mate.
There he is, bruv.
I was willing to include Italians in the White People Coalition, but I forgot about Fauci. Never mind, they're out.
Not even up for a vote. Okay.
Is he really Italian? I can't believe he's not Mooish. Like he really should get like
it's the
an
New York
honorary
accent
award.
though.
Mm-hmm. Flavius Acanacius, $5. How many beagles did Fauci need to see if the flies eat flesh?
Another one.
Fire up the wood chipper.
There's another one.
The beagles. I love beagles. Oh, that fucking guy.
They're too loud. They're too yippy.
Yeah, but they don't deserve to be eaten in the face by sandflies.
They
man.
do because they're
come on.
loud. Come on. I'm just kidding. I love dogs. I'm very much a dog man. I'm kidding.
Matty Eyes at $5. If anyone has consumed human flesh, James Corden is certainly near the top of that list.
That's a lot of man to eat.
Ara King Green Moon for 50 knock. The day the propaganda became too in your face, too obvious. Ever since then, propaganda lost some of its punch, and they forgot what propaganda was for. Well, they stopped using it intelligently. They were just like, we'll just do whatever we want, right? You'll shut up and you'll take it. And now they're dealing with the backlash. They got too cocky, bros. To use a 4chan phrase, they really did. They got like way too cocky. TNR FNV for $20.
Hello there, mate.
Thanks very much. I just want to say from the previous segment, I love Orthodox Christianity. It's so diverse. You can get a Jim Bob, Brother Nathaniel, Will Sexton, truly a divine mystery.
Wow.
He's got a
Wow.
point.
I thought that was just going to be a real genuine chat for some reason. For some reason, I thought that was just going to be some nice words, but I should know better at this point.
I mean, that's the thing about Orthodox Christianity, though, because you don't have a pope to set centralized doctrine. You do get variation like that, but then that also means you can't just subvert the pope and take down the entire Vatican. So swings and roundabouts.
Yep.
J6 version 2 for $20.
I like you, bruv.
Thank you very much. What do you think of sedevacantism? They're Catholics who have valid ordained priests from bishops who broke away during Vatican II, who believe they're the remnant church after the great apostasy prophesied in Revelation. Yes, you're talking about the Society of St. Pius X.
Wow.
Yeah, I like them. They look, no women priests among them, right? They're not like advocating for like gays in the Catholic Church or the Novus Ordo or any of that kind of like stuff. I think they're probably right. I mean, I'm very trad, and I think the more trad a Catholic is, generally speaking, the more in common I have with them. I think Vatican II is really bad, and so is the Novus Ordo. But again, I'm not a Catholic. I don't want to like speak for them. That's just my
fair enough.
Who else we got? Mazel Tov cocktail for $5. L'chaim. My shining light through COVID was the No Agenda show, which seemed to be one of the only podcasts that was tracking the bullshit from the start.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. JCD. I never watched it. Did you?
No, but I was I had crossover with it when I had a previous internet life, and one of the hosts, I believe, just passed away from a heart attack. And they had like a 20-year show, and they had a really good run.
Shit. Slosher for 10 Canadian loonies. Thank you very much, mate. I'm a bit behind playing at 2x. You don't have to restart, but please speak at half speed until I catch up. I'll let you know when you can go back to normal. Listen, that's a bit hard. I mean, I could take some very heavy drugs and sort of like do it, but like, look, we got a lot of stuff to get through. So no, I'm afraid I can't. Earl Corgi for $10.
Oh, thank you, mate.
I think COVID hung around so long because it added an element of danger into the boring lives of normies. Suddenly going to the grocery store was a Michael Bay suicide mission. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. Not only that, it allowed people to signal their virtue by like just the most commonplace bullshit. Like
Right.
even going to the shop was a way to signal your virtue. Now, usually that's not as big a thing in the UK. I know in the US, right? Like every fucking weirdo has got like a sign outside their house being like, in this house, we believe a bunch of preposterous shit.
Yeah.
But in the UK, it was very, very alien when they started doing these like mass sort of participation things. Like people would come out and they'd like bang pots for the NHS and all this kind of like other happy horseshit. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you, El Corgi. Andrew Corrigan for $5. Talk slower, boys. I got distracted looping Ardy's OF me at the words RD Bible, and I'm on double speed now.
That'll happen. Okay, when you get into a time loop like that.
Season of the Great for $5. Between COVID-19, BLM, and the 2020 election, that year was a trifecta of psyops. Opinions on the purpose behind all of it. Why expose themselves like that? I am increasingly beginning to think that a lot of it was to keep the economy going and to stop another 2008 from happening. So, right, like the lockdowns was like a way to crush the money velocity. BLM was like a way to suddenly divert all of this money to the blacks. I don't know. It just seems like some kind of like hideous, nefarious thing, and probably like kill off a bunch of white people as well. I mean, you know, they do like to do that. What about you, Ardy?
Well, I think their plan is they let you know what they did, and that's the closure to them.
Yeah.
A few years later, they go, once none of them can get in any trouble, they go, yeah, now that we're all safe, we'll go, wasn't that? Sorry about that. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the most narcissistic apology in human history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. Kenrick for $10.
Don't like you, bruv.
Mate. Watching these clips after knowing this was all prep for the 2020 election makes it all the way more surreal. The evil is almost unbelievable. Yeah.
I have a you bring me back. 2020 in the election, I have on my channel Communist Feds. It's a 2-hour video on my channel. All of their names are in the description of them plotting and colluding with the different sectors of the private sector, public sector, everything. They're feds. It was called Feds for Democracy, where they were plotting of what they were going to do, all the options of what they were going to do if Trump was president, if he wasn't president, how they were going to interfere with it. It's still up on my channel. No one cares.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another thing. You know, the Trump the 2020 election, right? And there was so much glowing around it. And what happened? It just wound up making it worse, which I guess is one of the lessons about if you control the people too hard, you just get massive blowback. But I think things have been going so well for a while. The technocrats just really believe they had everything sewn up. Look at the way the World Economic Forum strutted around. Like it was just a done deal, right? Like, we rule you, Goyim, we're going to decide. And now, of course, it's all gone horribly wrong, as these sort of centralized regimes tend to do. Unless that was the plan all along. Fuck, I don't know. Speaking of the plan all along.
let's make people feel better, okay? Let's raise the spirits. What are we going to talk about now?
It's time for the war. The war. Yes, the war is still going on. And although we have 2 baby wars at the moment, it's possible they may grow up into one large war. Aww, so cute when they grow up and merge like that, right? And then instead of like 2 baby wars to take care of, you just have one bouncing baby war. Oh, so
you are really into that character right now.
Oh, thank you very much. Of course, the psyops like never end.
Yeah,
but I just like I feel like they know the clock is running low on this, unless they decide to send all the young white kids to die for Israel. That might be a little tricky. I don't know.
It is inevitable that President Trump is going to have to do what he doesn't want to do, which is go in there with this massive all-out attack. There's no other way to stop this. There's no other way to win this war. So again, he's trying to do the best he can. He's a very nice man. I love President Trump. He doesn't want people to die. He really doesn't. Okay, he's a nice man. But there's no other way to end this. Once you start this, Midnight Hammer was great. Epic Fury was great. Once you start this, there needs to be a finish. And the only finish is complete surrender by the Iranians. I hate to say it, but complete annihilation.
Well, we talked last time about this. And by the way, I agree. I love President Trump. I love his heart, I think, is really for peace. And he's always, I love that even now, this past week, he's still talking about peace and wanting to find and leaving that door open for negotiations. You say the only end is annihilation. Now, what if winning this war requires boots on the ground? I asked you that last time. That's not very popular with the American people. What is your response to that?
It's not popular with me either. Look, I'm not a parent of an Army person, a Marine person, so I'm very sensitive to that. Trust me. But look, we have the Army, we have the Marines for a reason. They're not there to shake your hand at the airport, Rachel. Okay, they're there for a reason. Last I checked, we don't have a draft in this country.
They're there to die for Israel.
Yeah, right.
Right? They're not there to defend America. What, you signed up for the Army and the Navy thinking you're going to defend America? No. You're going to go on the opposite side of the world, right? And shoot goat herders in the face.
So these courageous men and women know exactly what they're signing up for. This is war. We don't want to see anybody die, but this is war.
Yeah, I doubt that. I really doubt that. They really look like they want to see a whole bunch of people die.
A war that started 47 years ago that they started. So, yes, I know that the moral ground is to say, I don't want our kids to die. I feel the same way. But we got to win. Now, we can win maybe without putting boots on the ground. Maybe we can. I don't know. I'm not Jack Keane. I don't have the type of information. If we can do that, great. But if at some point it requires putting some boots on the ground to win this war, that's why they signed up. To fight for this country, to fight for President Trump, and to rid the world of evil animals like the Iranian regime.
Can I just ask, what does victory look like to you? Are you serious? You really want just until they're annihilated and there's a regime change? Is that final for you?
That's it. I mean, look, I want to get the dust. I want to open the strait. All that's important. But if you leave these animals in power, you are destined. Look, what is the definition of insanity?
Pause it.
Do the same thing.
What material is this guy made of? It really does look like he's wearing a ball cap. This guy has been out in the sun way too long. He's getting crispy.
Over and over and again, expect different results. If you leave the IRGC in power, we're going to have the same issues in 5 years, in 10 years when the great President Trump, is gone. So we have no choice at this point but to go in there. And yes, regime change, I know it's 2 dirty words. That's part of winning the war.
Gee, why is regime change 2 dirty words? Oh, yeah. Because of fucking Iraq, a country that's like a third of the size of Iran,
but
that is completely flat.
Now, but like you know a little something about history. What is the succession rate of regime changes in your opinion?
They're actually pretty low.
Really?
I studied this at university. Yeah, they're actually pretty low, as a matter of fact. Generally speaking, it's the Israelis, right? Like, you know, the neocons, they get in and they're always like promising. It is much more common throughout history that to get a war started, they always promise, oh, look, it'll be easy in and easy out. It'll be a couple of days, mate, right? Look, we'll just like walk in and walk out. And then 10 years later, half the world is on fire. Speaking of which, the Caspian. Woo, the Caspian Sea. Now, in case any of you are not familiar with the Caspian, it's about to become sort of quite important. Indeed, it's always been very, very important. This whole area is sort of like the center of the Eurasian landmass in terms of trade because it's waterways. You've got Iran down there. Oh, what have we got up here? Oh, we have Ukraine. Awesome. We have now we have war in Ukraine, and we have a war in Iran. Good thing there is no chance that these two wars could manage to merge together. Oh, wait. Ukraine announces it has struck several vessels in the Caspian Sea that are used to transport military cargo between Russia and Iran. Huh. Wow.
Fancy that.
The Iranian regime is now threatening to strike Ukraine with ballistic missiles. Oh, that's amazing. What's this? Ukrainians committing terrorism in Iraq. It looks like there are cells of Ukrainian, I don't know what you call them, like mercenaries, doing crap in Iraq, carrying out limited bombing operations. Okay. Oh, that's great to know. Okay. Awesome. What does Zelensky have to say about these accusations?
You mentioned the Iran. You mentioned the Middle East and how it takes attention. Are you worried about Iran potentially attacking you if threatened because of what happened with one of their vessels? Or is that not a concern?
What do you think if Iran, from the first year of the war, gave new technology to Russia? It was Shahid drone. They gave thousands of these drones to those people. Then they gave license. What did they do? Did they attack us? I think yes. So they already did it.
So anyone supplying military material in this proxy war is technically allowed to be struck. Huh. Gee, it's a good thing that America, it's a good thing that America and Europe aren't supplying like arms to Ukraine or anything, because I mean that would have the potentially to go like wrong really badly.
That would be awkward.
Don't worry, guys. Abbas Arakchi, foreign minister of Iran, has been assured by Ukrainian foreign minister that attack on Iranian ship was unintentional. Oh, whoopsie. Very, very sorry. And Ukraine seeks a no escalation. Ukraine is a country of peace, full of peace. Iran does not seek escalation either. So for the moment, right, I was a bit worried this was going to like fucking like kick off soon, but for the moment, anyway. Lindsey Graham, of course, he is he's currently having his like funeral. He's like lying in state. I hear they laid him like face down so that everyone would be able to recognize him.
Oh, you are terrible, Fist. I gotta keep you away from Thanksgiving, okay?
But now that he's dead, people are like releasing like crazy footage like this.
Virtually everything they have has been knocked out now. Their missile count is going way down. Amazingly,
look what we've done here. I almost cried. Yeah. I mean, like, how long have we been pushing this?
Oh, you've been pushing this for years, right?
Right. It's here. I talked to Trump this morning. Oh, he's Jack. The best thing I've ever done. He loves blowing stuff up. So, there are a lot of people inside didn't want to do it. So I've had my challenges. But President Trump, when he gets into the zone, he listens, he asks good questions, no tweeting. He has done he hadn't tweeted much at all, no drama. He's been a great wartime president. I said last night that Trump and Bibi are like Roosevelt and Churchill.
Nice.
I mean, they're the right two guys to confront this evil.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they just started a war. It's all good, right? But who will they get to replace Lindsey Graham? I hear you ask, right? Who could be a Shabbos of significant magnitude to take his place? How about Laura Loomer?
Wow. She looks great there.
I'm not even shitting you. She's in Ukraine. She's been like talking to Zelensky. She's suddenly on the Ukraine train because Israel wants it. And here she is in the very same drone factory allegedly.
And you should know that I actually have a restraining order. Actually, I don't. My dick has a restraining order on her, just so you know.
Oh.
I could talk to her, but she can't go anywhere near my dick. Just so
Well,
you know.
that's probably like good. You might want to.
She'll try.
Extra, like barbed wire or something like that, mate. I hear she's a bit rapacious.
Hey everybody, Laura Loomer here. I am currently in Ukraine at the world famous Skyfall drone manufacturing facility. I am holding the P1 Sun drone interceptor, and you may have seen this drone interceptor recently because it's the same exact drone interceptor that was held by Senator Lindsey Graham just 2 days before he tragically passed away. Now,
Lindsay was probably being like, I wonder if I could fit that up my ass.
Somebody in chat was like, she looks good. She got her nose shaved.
I think she's getting like plastic surgery again to reverse.
Oh, really?
Like, the
You don't
previous-
think she'll stop?
Well, I don't know, mate. Like, look, if she is going to be the next Lindsey Graham,
yeah,
she'll have a media team. Like, she'll have someone like, some like gay Israeli to like tell her, or some plastic surgeon to tell her that she looks terrible to like stop doing it.
Well, do you think that she goes to a plastic surgeon? She's like a little less like Jigsaw, a little less.
I don't understand people who do plastic surgery.
Same.
Like, I get it if you've suffered a serious injury. Okay,
Same.
I'm not like, oh my, you've got a cleft lip or right,
Yep.
like, but just the thing that really horrifies me about plastic surgery is like, I've heard that people who get it, they don't recognize their face when they look in the mirror.
That's
And
wild.
That would be fucking horrifying. Like,
Right.
you'd just be constantly wearing like a mask, but the mask is your face.
Well, it's
And-
very trans person. Like, this is the new me because I look different. But like, it's the same
just-
brain in the body. But even to you, you think you're different because you look. It's unbelievably superficial.
just have acceptance. I mean, look, I don't know. I
Dude,
guess-
I'm
I guess-
hardline. I all of the debauchery. All of my friends always had tattoos and piercings. I never got any tattoos or piercings.
Yeah, I never got tats either.
I'm a very much a purist in that regard.
Yeah.
not aware of this, but Senator Lindsey Graham was actually celebrating his 71st birthday the day that he visited this drone facility in Ukraine. And so to honor the senator spending his birthday with them, Skyfall actually used one of their drones to hold a sign that said, "Happy birthday, Senator Lindsey Graham." Now, they were going to gift the senator with one of these drone interceptors. They actually did gift him with one of these drone interceptors, but nobody knew that he would be dead just 2 days later. And so they've given me this footage exclusively to share with the American people on the day of Senator Lindsey Graham's funeral.
That's so cute! Oh my god! Yes!
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'll remember that.
They also wanted everybody to know that they're not going to be sending the drone interceptor and the drone to Lindsey Graham's house anymore. Instead, in honor of Lindsey's commitment to stand for the Ukrainian people and to stand against authoritarianism, we're going to deploy the drone to the front lines so that it can be used to kill Russians. So rest in peace, Senator Lindsey Graham, a defender for freedom and liberty all around the world.
It's a death cult. Like, is there really anything in like Orthodox Christianity, I should ask, where it's like, oh, we're gonna kill in his memory? It's just an odd thing to do.
I mean, it's fucking twisted, man. Like,
He would have wanted us to kill.
Now, of course, it's very important that these two wars come together. And in light of that, Zelensky had a meeting with Bibi Netanyahu. Now, okay, to be serious, there's like an old thing in politics that a big funeral is fucking awesome. Because everyone gets to get together, everyone gets to have a chat, but there's no expectation of outcome. So it's not like everyone's there for like this reason or that reason or to have this agreement or that agreement. So they can just, they can just sort of like vibe.
Yep.
And I just, this is quite interesting. You can't hear what they're saying. I don't know, maybe we can get like a lip reader on or something, but just the body language is quite interesting.
What if you make up what he's saying to Bibi Netanyahu?
Bibi, did you receive the shipment of Ukrainian children I sent you? Oh, yes, I did. They were very delicious. Thank you. We sent extra Ukrainian chili sauce. Yes, I had some of it with a small child. It was fabulous. Did you barbecue or fricassee the children? Oh, some of them we barbecued and some of them we fricasseed. Thank you very much, Vladimir. Of course, for you, baby. Please make sure to send me more money and cocaine. I'll absolutely do that. Yeah, there you go.
See, not so hard. We don't need a lip reader. We have that.
Wait, is that okay? Right. So, what I wanted to show you guys.
Oh, you got a mappy?
I do got a mappy. I just want to give you guys like a bit of a summary.
Yeah, I'm more of a pictures guy. I don't know if you could tell.
Okay, so
there we go. Now we're in my realm of things.
There's been a lot of shit happening, basically. So the US has stopped their missile striking of Iran, mainly because both the Iranians and the Houthis have started attacking Saudi Arabia, most notably their oil infrastructure on the Red Sea. The Yemenis have also imposed a blockade through the Al-Mandab Strait that will not allow any Saudi tankers out. Now, at the moment, the Red Sea, you can get out through the Suez Canal, which is here, but the Suez Canal is quite old and it only accepts quite small ships. The Chinese have already cut a deal with the Houthis to get their oil out. The Strait of Hormuz is still basically closed. Now, the reason why this is important is that there's also a bunch of shit going on in the Black Sea. The Ukrainians started attacking Russian shipping in the Black Sea, and now the Russians have bombed the crap out of the port of Odessa and essentially imposed a blockade on Odessa. This means that there will be very, very little Ukrainian wheat leaving Ukraine. And if you didn't know, Ukraine grows a hell of a lot of wheat, although probably less since the war is on. This is definitely going to affect global food prices. The destruction of and shutdown of one of Saudi Arabia's biggest oil refining facilities, I forget where it is, it's somewhere on the West Coast, is also going to severely crimp the amount of oil supply, as is the blockade in the Al-Mandab Strait. Saudi Arabia is about to attack Yemen, but no one knows where that's going to go. The Yemenis are very, very hard to get rid of, okay?
Yeah, just very quickly, I want to ask, when they say that, like, you know, Israel's so small and there's not that many of them, I want to ask those same people, why don't the surrounding Muslim countries just take it over then? There's so few people. Why don't they just take it over?
Yeah, well, because they're paying them off, basically. Because they know the Americans
they must be
got
doing
their back.
something to stay alive with they're so small and such few of them.
The most likely outcome still of the Ukraine war, I've been saying this for a while, but actually now even Putin is saying this, is that the Russians are going to take everything east of the Dnieper River, which is that big-ass river that runs down the center of Ukraine. Ukraine has always really been sort of divided into west and east. The west part of Ukraine is basically Poland. The right side of Ukraine is basically Russian. Okay, yeah, Ukrainians in the chat, like, look, that's the way it is, right? Lenin, or was it Stalin? I think it was Stalin, resettled eastern Ukraine with like a buttload of Russians, and western Ukraine was basically Poland until very, very recently. Now that the coast has been shut off, it looks like the Russians are going to try and take Odessa. If they do that, the Russians will basically control the entire north coast of the Black Sea. Ukraine will then be basically completely fucked. If the Russians take eastern Ukraine, then all that will remain is western Ukraine. And as I said, you're going to probably get Poland to take over the sort of rump part. Lvov, of course, is traditionally a Polish city. It's not looking good. Don't worry. I'm sure all the oligarchs are making like fuckloads of money. The only part of the population that the Ukrainians have not yet press ganged into war, those between the ages of 20 and 21, they have been saving them for a special time. It looks like that special time is about to happen. At the same time, the Ukrainians have been missile striking targets inside of Russia, mainly oil refineries, although that seems to have slacked off. They have now started basically doing what you call like terrorism tactics, just attacking civilian infrastructure, Amazon warehouses and stuff like that, with the professed goal of trying to disrupt the sense of normality that pervades Russia. What's going to happen with Iran, I don't really know. The Americans are like airlifting like fuckloads and fuckloads of material in.
You know how we are.
But what are they going to do, right? I mean, just look at this fucking country, right? It's just mountains and mountains and mountains. If they do go in, it's likely it's going to be like a 20-year war, 10-year war, 20-year war. It's going to make Iraq look like a fucking cakewalk. Now, because of the sort of situation that Trump is in, and he's like, he's close to the neocons and close to Israel, if they want to get a proper war with Iran off the ground, they've got, they've got a couple of years to make it happen. There does not really seem to be any way other than war. Both Iran and Russia, and increasingly a lot of other countries, are basically saying that the US is what they call agreement incapable, which means that trying to negotiate with the Americans is basically impossible because you can't trust anything they say. And as soon as they agree to an agreement, they turn around and break it. This has happened to the Russians many, many times. Quite notably, Putin came to Anchorage in Alaska and agreed a bunch of stuff with Trump. This is exacerbated by the fact that the US doesn't really have a diplomatic corps anymore. What they have is Jared Kushner, which is Trump's son-in-law, and Steve Witkoff. And these two clowns basically go around trying to be the diplomatic corps. Now, I think this is a deliberate thing because what they want is war. And one of the great ways to make sure that peace never breaks out is to fuck all of your opponents over again and again and again. So they will never, ever sit down for peace talks. That has basically now been accomplished for both Russia and Iran. So the war, the way is open for World War III. I hope you guys are like ready for that.
Of course I am. Don't I sound ready? I sound ready for violence, don't I?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's basically everything. Oh, that didn't take as much time to explain as I thought it would.
Hey, man, you're succinct. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. That's like 15 minutes, like update and like everything that's been happening in like, I don't know, past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So yada yada. So yeah. So we got anything else that we can play? My stack is at an end.
It's okay. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any soupies?
Oh, we do have soupies. Let us soup the soupies.
And you can read all of them if you want. Yeah.
Let me see. Where we got up? Where do we get up to?
I am going to be sending people to Jake Rattlesnake's channel. Apparently, dude. Wait a minute. Is he still going? I think he is. Andrew Wilson apparently debated Stu Peters with fucking Sneeko as a fucking mod. Which,
oh my god,
it's music to Fist's ears. That's something he would love to watch. I'm kidding.
Oh.
That to me is my penis butter and smelly right there. Okay, that is absolutely wild. I didn't even know that was going to be fucking happening. I think he's covering that, so I'm going to send you there. And also, I updated the description with this right here, fellas. This is Feds seditiously conspired about a Trump re-election. And that is something that no one cares about. Here's their names, their associations. They're involved in the Obama administration, their jobs, possible associations. No one cares. Dead to rights evidence, 2 hours of raw footage. That is now updated.
How many views has that got?
279. So
oh my God.
I'm going strong on it over here.
I've been there, man. It's like me all through COVID. Wow, 150 views. Oh wow, really?
I mean, it's Feds conspiring, and it literally is like dead to rights evidence that no one cares about. But some people were asking for that in chat, so there it in fact is Fillerini's. Okay.
Okay.
Chat, we got some
Super chats?
stuff, yeah.
Okay. Slosher for 10 Canadian living.
Ew, Slosher!
He's washing around. I know a lot of the chat wants to treat COVID like a struggle snuggle and suppress the memories, but it's important to remember what these people did to us. It is very important.
Exactly.
Because
yes.
they're they are going to try that shit again.
How things are is not how they will always be.
Well, yeah, because they didn't get punished for it, so of course they're going to try it again.
Well, they apologize, so you're not being fair. Be fair. Don't look back in anger.
I mean, I know I did the grape, but I said sorry.
Yes, perfect analogy.
Matty Ice for $10.
There he is, mate.
Lamal, the guy in white, said very quickly, look, I'm not the parent of an army person, so I have a sensitivity to that. So would not a parent of a service member have more sensitivity? Probably not. Yeah, don't. I mean, like, you know, don't even try. They just want war. Like they'll say anything, right? They just want war. You can tell because every time there's war, they're all perky and they're all like chipper. And as soon as there's a possibility that they won't have war, they're all like, oh, we won't have like a war. Don't, you know, yeah, they'll just say anything. Theodore McCarthy for $10.
Thank you, bruv.
Thank you very much. Comparing Trump and Bibi to FDR and Churchill is hilarious, considering that FDR always wanted to help tear down the British Empire and Churchill helped him do it. Yeah, this is another possibility that this war will be the end of the American Empire, and that the Moos will exit, suck all the capital out of it, and then set up like an empire in the Caspian. Essentially, is what it looks like. This is sort of leading towards. You gotta sort of think 10 years in the future. If you got a greater Israel that encompassed like the Caspian area in its entirety, the Black Sea, it would be amazing because they would control all the trade, all the oil, everything. They would be at the crossroads of the world, essentially. And I think that's what they want. Just a night for $5 Australian. Thank you, mate.
Like that?
Paragon of Pissful Slava Ufisky is my favorite face of many fists. The artful fister. Thank you very much. This is a night of Slava Ukraini to you. Jeep Car for $5. First Fauci, then Luma. Please, I don't know what we did, but we're sorry. James Lindsay clips would be a respite. Yeah, I know. It's been a hard one to watch.
Now, I've sucked Fist into my world of the content that we're showing is what people don't want to watch. Fist, I don't know why I do it either, okay? I don't know how it happens. I find myself in this place all the time. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Because I can't look away. Because the truth, although it's painful, contains very useful information.
And
that's what it is.
Isn't laughter the medicine that helps it go down when you think about it at the end of the day? Yeah.
Yes, it is. I've got to say, I was finding it hard to laugh through that COVID shit. Oh, my God. Whoa.
But now we can laugh through anything.
Slosher, 500 joules for a watermelon. Thank you very much.
I love that. That picture looks like someone that would send 500 joules to show a watermelon. It's perfect.
That'd be a tasty watermelon. Wait, this is not a super chat, but I want to service
absolutely.
This. Nova Republic. So, Kazaria, yes. Greater Kazaria would be a way of like putting it basically. So like Kazaria, but also is like, you know, the whole of the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea and, you know, and the Eastern Mediterranean, you know, and, you know, the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea and all of this stuff, you know, so yeah.
Yes. So fellas, if you want to chill and actually hang out, this is where you will be sent, okay? Now, you would have to manually go here if you wanted to be a nightmare, okay? You can do that. This is also for posterity, where magically now William seems to not be view-botting somehow. Isn't that crazy how that works out? Once I called him out and now he's not view-botting. I just think it's quite a coincidence, is all that I'm saying, fellas.
I mean, maybe he dialed it back a little bit.
Once there was some sunlight on what he was doing?
Maybe it was like Abdo who was in charge of the bots.
Abdo!
It's like, Abdo, you screwed me again, Abdo. Abdo is like, what did you say about 12-ish here?
Right? So, fellas, that is the two avenues. It's choose your own ending. I will put you in the direction of Jake Rattlesnake. Please let him know that Rhetorically Defective sent you. If you want to be an antisocial degenerate, which I encourage only on William's chat, you can go and do that as well. So, fellas, anything you want to plug this?
No. Oh, yeah. I'm interviewing the PR guy from Afro Forum, Conscious Caracal. Tomorrow, that'll be out this weekend. Clown-based life forms on Thursday, as per usual. And of course, I'll be back on Friday with Ardy, with hopefully something that like is less cortisol.
It is what it is, man. We take what the world gives us and we do what we can with it.
Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Have an excellent night, friends, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.